Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Nav, and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name's Harmit, and my pronouns are Hershey, like the chocolate.
And I'm Kate. Hi, it's Kate. My pronouns are she, her.
And this is Game of Thrones, the show, Season 1, Episode 3, Lord Snow.
Yeah!
In this episode, Harmit thought she was getting a whole episode with Jon, but that's not what happened.
Womp
Thank
womp.
God. Too sad for her, but not for me.
Well, they
There's
titled
only
it.
so much sulking I can take.
They titled it Lord Snow, and then they gave us 2 scenes with him.
Bad news. You gotta get used to that, babe. I'm sorry.
The bad episode titles.
Yeah!
Oh, that's so silly.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. So, Harmit, so Kate, who died in this episode? Did anyone die?
Well, oh wait, no. Wait, hold on.
I just watched
this
this.
might have
Why
been
don't
a
I
death-free
remember?
episode.
I'm realizing. Okay, wait. Where did we start in this episode? Like, what did we start off at?
Getting into King's Landing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yes, okay.
No.
'cause-
Nobody died in this one.
Yeah. 'cause-
Oh, no, the assassin, that was last episode. Never mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I was
right.
having
Nobody
the same-
died in this episode. What a boring episode.
I forgot. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Are we sure nobody died? Like, are we certain?
No one died.
I
No
promise
one
we
died.
all-
We just watched this last night.
We
No
all
one
did
died.
watch this episode, I swear.
It's just we're so used to people dying. That's why this is like the first question I asked in each episode.
Honestly,
because people
valid.
die.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I'm having a hard time believing this. This is okay. Well, that's really weird.
I feel like
I
some
guess
people
nobody
could have and
died.
should have died. There were plenty of opportunities.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, welcome everyone. Welcome Harmit. Welcome Kate. We're so excited to have you here.
I'm so excited
And you're
to be here.
like doing the thing that you do on your podcast, but like rewind like 20 years, not 20, like 10.
20 years. Hello.
Well, almost 15 for this episode, probably. I don't know if you watched season 1 when it first came out.
I did not watch it when it first came out. I think I started watching after season 3 had aired. And I know that at that
Yeah.
point I had
That
gotten,
makes sense.
I think it was HBO Go at the time, whatever the streaming platform was. I
Right.
borrowed it from my friends so we could watch all of Game of Thrones. And then from then on, we were keeping up with it in real time. But those first 3 seasons, we had binged those. So,
Okay.
yeah, I hadn't hopped on the bandwagon then.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah. Harmit, we were both babies, where Harmit was like not even in the double digits yet
Oh my
of
God.
age. So
When did this start coming out?
2011.
2011. Oh, my god.
yeah. I was
had-
literally 8 years old. That's crazy.
Oh Jesus. That was God, I hadn't even met my husband then.
Wow.
Wow.
We met the beginning of 2012. Yeah.
Wow. Your relationship is it's been around for almost as long as the Game of
Long as
Thrones
the show.
franchise.
Well, your relationship has been going on for as long as it's been since the last book came out as
Oh
well.
my god.
Because that was in 2011 as well.
That's
Oh my
wow.
God.
That's a thought.
That is wild perspective, honestly.
Oh my god.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, everybody listening, fair warning. We've all seen this. Like, also, we've all talked about this. Like, Harmit and I have talked about it in the book. Kate has rehashed the entire show with Emily. It's been talked about, so we're not gonna go like what happens. We all know what happens. We'll just talk like this is the scene and then our thoughts, if we have any.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, or do you
Harmit,
want to do
wanna
summary?
That's what I was
okay.
gonna say.
I thought
Do
you
wanna
were.
summarize
I thought you
this
were
one?
forgetting, so I was trying to prompt.
No.
Okay.
I was just getting to that one.
Slave.
Kate, do you want to try summarizing this in a minute?
Oh. Can I cheat and use my notes, or do I just need to remember
yes.
what happened?
You prepared.
Thank
You
God.
get to.
I was like, girl, I don't remember.
Okay, we'll make Harmouth go first.
Okay,
We'll
wait,
make
wait.
Harmouth go
I
first.
do have to be reminded what happens first.
Oh wait, for that, I'm gonna borrow from Game of Groans segment, reading the description.
Oh yay!
Let me just get there.
Yes. Nice.
Okay,
God, Harmon, you're getting the
Oh,
full
wow.
experience.
Kate, as like a veteran of these descriptions, do you want to guess how many sentences it is?
Oh goodness, I feel like they're probably ambitious in this first season because so much shit is going on. I'm gonna say it's 3 sentences.
It is 1 sentence with 2 semicolons.
Shut up!
Oh my
No,
God.
that's
Well,
too many semicolons.
That's like 3 points. 3
Yeah,
sentences.
exactly.
You could split that up.
And
It
there's already a word that I don't know
Oh.
in that 1 sentence.
Let's
All right,
go.
ready? Let me. Okay, Ned learns of the crown's profligacy. PROFLIGACY. I'm guessing that means financial troubles.
Yeah.
Profligacy? I've
I've literally never heard that before.
I have
That feels...
2 English degrees. I've never heard that word in my life.
I
don't
feel
know.
validated. I feel so validated.
Yeah, it's not just you.
It feels like
I'm gonna Google this.
it feels like a familiar word, but it's probably because it sounds like all the other like you know what I'm saying? Like it has a certain vibe.
extravagance or wastefulness in the use of resources.
Okay, I was gonna say it
That's
sounds
a
kind
big
of like
word.
flagrant, like
Yeah.
like you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. I mean, yeah, but like, God, why? What?
Why use this word
Yeah.
of all
Why
the
this
words in the
word?
world?
Yeah, it's a weird one.
So
for
Ned
sure.
learns of the crown's profligacy.
Okay.
Jon Snow impresses Tyrion.
Oh,
Uh,
sure.
Catelyn follows her husband.
Yeah.
That's
this
that's
is
the
the
summary that they
description.
have.
This
I
is what
don't-
happened in this chapter. Oh God.
Episode.
Or, oh wait, yes, not chapter.
I didn't even question it. I knew what you meant. I don't like it.
I don't like
Is
it
it
either.
Is it technically true?
I think it's 2 parts of it are technically true. I don't know if the takeaway from the wall
Jon
is Jon impressing Tyrion.
Right.
Like, yeah, I think it's
Because he had
I
to be
agree.
told to impress him. You know?
so
Yes.
true.
like it wasn't like Jon was like, I'm gonna step up. Tyrion was like, hey, stop being such a shit. And he goes, oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh my! And then Tyrion smiles at him when he stops being a shit. Like,
Yeah.
yay! Like, okay,
This is-
impressive.
Jon collecting father figures. Here we
Ah!
are.
That's what it is. That's the
That's
real
what he
one.
does.
Oh my god.
No
Um,
spoilers, but keep track of the father figures that Jon gloms onto.
Oh my god.
He's got 2 in this episode.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, given hopefully this has sufficiently refreshed your memory because now you got to summarize.
Okay.
We'll give you a minute because it's like a whole hour-long episode. And yada
Okay.
yada yada.
yes. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. The party gets to King's Landing. Ned has to have the emergency first council meeting. He's like, the fuck? Why are we 6 million in debt? He tries to oppose things. He hasn't learned yet that that's not going to work. He goes and he's like a bad father to Sansa, but then he's like a good father to Arya. Dany, we see Dany opposing Viserys for the first time, and like she's got power, and he's like, the fuck? What's going on here? Jon, accruing a father figure, or 2 father figures, as we just summarized. What else happens? Who else is even in this? Oh, Tyrion. No, well, Tyrion is gonna go leave, and he's going with Yoren. Oh my god, flash. Arya starts water dancing lessons, and it's magnificent. Ned is watching her, and he's recalling his trauma. Oh, Ned
Did
and
you talk
Jamie
about
talk
Dany?
so many times. Sorry, I did talk about Dany. Ned
Okay.
and Jamie have so many face-offs, and it's kind of funny.
Okay. think that's about a minute.
Yeah. It started off
You
good,
did pretty
and then
good.
I
Yeah.
was like, well, I have time, so I'm just gonna get into my own thoughts.
You started editorializing, and that's what happened. You were just like,
Yeah.
okay, so here's the thing. Yeah.
Here's what I think.
Gosh.
Do you want to add on to that in another minute, Kate? Or I can just not time you if you don't want that stress.
So the big other, yeah, sure, yeah, time me. Let's see how I do. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right.
I don't know if I'll do well.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so the biggest thing for me is that the squad is there. Littlefinger is there. Varys is there. Littlefinger is absolute garbage. Cat sneaks into town, and Littlefinger's like, I know a spot, and then is like, here, it's my brothel, and she's like, oh my god, I'm not that kind of girl, and he's like, I have secrets, and she's like, oh my god, you're such a good friend, and Ned's like, I don't know if I trust him, and God, he had the chance to end this man. Bran is sad as hell and is giving up, and this is the start of the not so casual ableism that covers the whole show.
Yeah.
Those were the major things for me.
Well, you got that in like 40 seconds, so great job.
Every
Yeah,
single thing
so-
that you said, I had just sort of forgotten about while I was talking. In my head, I fully covered everything, and then I forgot that Bran and Catelyn happened.
I almost forgot about Bran, honestly. I literally just skimmed my notes and I was like, oh right, he was fucking there. But oh no, Littlefinger, I did not forget. Emily would not forgive me if I didn't talk shit about Littlefinger and Jorah.
Oh god, yeah, fucking Jorah.
Friend
God.
zone Jorah. We love him.
Yeah.
We love to talk shit
We
about
just
him.
read a book free of Jorah, and we were so happy.
Yes. Oh my god, and we also had, oh my god, Aemon. Aemon was in this, and it was really cool. I got to meet him for the
Mr.
first
Aemon.
time.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's so
My
good.
favorite, like, I loved how many people I got to meet in this episode. Like, all the King's Landing people. It was weird to, like, see the castings and, like, take it all in and be
Yeah.
like, oh, so that's what Varys, like, looks like canonically. Like, now I need to alter my brain to, like, think of it that way.
Is this the first time you've met both of them?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Both of them?
Yeah.
What do you mean both of
Littlefinger
them?
and Varys.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something, and you guys are gonna be really mad at me.
No.
And I'm okay
Don't.
with it.
Don't you do it.
You liked Littlefinger?
Littlefinger's
No,
actor is
leave.
hot. Littlefinger's actor is
What?
hot.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's
No.
hot in like a rat way, and I
No,
didn't
okay.
want.
No,
In
you're
a
just
rat
you're
way?
just-
Do you
you're
hear
just-
yourself?
you're just saying that because he had like the top 2 buttons undone in the brothel. That's the only reason, and I know it. I know.
I didn't even notice that. I genuinely didn't even
Wow.
notice that.
His
It's-
eyes are up here. Okay, come on.
No,
Oh my
it's
God,
just
sitting
like
next to Harmith while she watches this was unfortunate in some
God.
like
manners.
I'm gonna
I
tell
said.
Emily, she's not gonna come on this next episode. She's gonna actually no, I'm
No,
not gonna tell her.
like,
She has to.
When we were
She has to go into this
texting,
blind. I can't wait.
okay, when we were texting, right, and what Harmith, I think you said something like, "I can't wait to see John again," and I'm gonna spoil this, but Emily's hatred for early seasons John was like,
Oh my god!
I was like, how do I not just burst out
I-
about that? So instead, I think I just gave a thumbs up because I couldn't say anything.
That's so funny.
I did keep track of how I think this man closes his mouth once. Just the constant,
Yes,
just
yeah.
partially open. I'm like, honey.
I
no.
think I had
don't.
3 separate observations about Jon Snow's lips being pursed, but like not
Yeah.
Purse.
not pursed. I guess like opposite. There's like a very specific word. Even when I was writing the notes, like I said, this happened 3 separate times. I couldn't think of the word to describe it, but like he like I guess the best way I can explain it is what's his actor's name? Kit Harington.
Yep.
Kit Harington's career was made off of like lip acting. You know how like Keira Knightley is like teeth
Was
acting?
it?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like her teeth. Like, that's how she delivers all her lines. Like, that's her, like, what makes her distinctive. I feel like Kit Harington's thing that I'm saying this off of my, like, broad knowledge of 3 episodes. But so far, I think that his career has been made because of his lips. And
I
like
don't
that's
think his
how he
career was
acts.
made until like many seasons later.
Okay, well, that's fine. I just, these are my thoughts, okay?
It's-
Somebody who's seen 3 episodes.
Honestly, I think that is definitely a factor in the brooding that is what we all looked for in 2011. Like, Twilight was over. We were trying to find a new, like, kind of supernatural heartthrob. Vampire things were all over TV. Dubstep was at its height. We didn't know what we wanted out of men, and so they gave us Kit Harington, and we went, oh, okay, all right.
That's so funny. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
2011 was a weird time, y'all.
Oh my god. Yeah, I said this before we started recording, but I realized that the listeners didn't hear this. But I didn't have a lot of thoughts on this episode, but of the thoughts that I did have, about 70% of them were just about, like, observations about men being hot. I fear that I was a simp watching this episode, and that's kind of all that happened. Yeah.
We are still
Honestly,
very different people.
We are very different. This is where it comes out, the differences.
It's called balance, and that's honestly sometimes that is just what you need as a co-host. You need to bring either the extra horny or straight person, just like the straight man energy to a conversation. So, and you got to find that balance sometimes.
So true.
Yeah.
You're so
Yeah.
right.
I got you.
Yeah, we'll forget you
I-
said that thing about Littlefinger and just move on.
I
and never address it again.
I disagree with your thirsty thoughts, but I respect your right to have them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Kate, that's the thing. Sorry, one last thing.
No, please.
I will drop the Littlefinger one, but that's why I'm getting it out now, so I don't have to infect the whole episode with those thoughts. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
getting it up front. And if that's too egregious for people, they can just sort of leave, like, up front, like, 16 minutes into this.
Oh no, I'm ready. I'm ready for more of this. I'm ready for, it's like, okay, I know I said I was done, but I'm ready. I am eagerly anticipating it.
Oh my
love
God.
it. I love a caveat of like, okay, I said I was done, but, hang on, okay, but
Hear
this
me out.
scene? Like, did you see this scene?
Here's
But
the
were
thing.
you looking?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I didn't go in wanting to like I was expecting somebody so like I was expecting like a Jorah casting, you know what I mean? Like Jorah was casted perfectly where you kind of are like, okay, yeah, like I can see why I don't like you. You know what I mean? Like sort of immediately. But with Littlefinger, I kind of was like, wait, why is this like a hot man? And then unfortunately, it just worked. Unfortunately, unlike the books where I was creeped out watching this episode, I was kind of charmed, and I don't like that.
You stop talking.
You're saying that Littlefinger's actor is hotter than Ian Glenn, Jorah's actor?
Yeah, that's just wrong. That's just
In this episode, I haven't seen either of them in anything else, so I'm just saying in this episode.
I forget that I'm 90 years old and have a film degree, so...
No, but, like, also, you have to understand that, like, my type is, like, absurd and weird. Like, I'm not, like, if you're trying to get a good read on, like, what the 21-year-olds are into, like, I'm not the person to go to. Like,
what the kids are into?
like, if you're using this as, like, oh, is that what, like, 21-year-olds? No, this is just me. I speak only for myself, and I know that.
Honestly, I respect it. That like cracked the lid on a whole other can of worms that we don't have time for. I'm like, okay, I'm fascinated by what that means because I don't know any other 21-year-olds, so I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Oh my god.
So
real quick, just to gauge like what's going on. How do you feel about Bill Skarsgård?
Who's that?
Oh,
I also don't know who that is.
Oh, yes, you do. He played Pennywise in the new It. He played Nosferatu. He's also is that Bill Skarsgård? Gosh, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so he plays
I'm gonna search this up while you talk.
He plays an absolute freak incredibly well.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. I don't know
See-
what he was in, but he was in something.
He's
Where-
got creepy eyes.
where he looked like a regular guy or where he looked like a freak. Because he does both really well.
I think it was like in between. Like he was supposed to be like a little bit of a freak, but not like serial killer freak or anything.
Okay.
Like he was just supposed to be like silly, goofy freak. Hold on, I'm trying to go through his. What's he been in where I would have seen him?
Now I don't know.
Okay, I think I saw him in like a show or something, but I.
Oh, he was in Hemlock Grove. He was in Castle Rock, the show that was based on what's it called?
Oh no.
Stephen King books. I don't know.
Okay, I have no idea. What
I'm
he
getting
was
off
in.
topic. It's totally okay, but he is one of those like guys where it's like kind of polarizing, where it's like it's definitely like some people are like, this is an attractive man when he looks like a regular person, and then some people are like, he could be Dracula and I'd hit it. It's fine. And I'm like, okay, there's a dichotomy there, but I'm like, what's the vibe?
He
So
is
that's-
hot. He's
Right?
absolutely hot.
He's like really, really your type though. Harmony.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
Okay,
I
that's-
saw that and
okay.
I was like, oh, he's absolutely hot.
See, here's the thing. That answers my question perfectly. Thank you.
Yeah. There
you
you
were
go.
just trying to get
There
a
you
gauge
go.
on what made me like Littlefinger.
Yeah, I was just like,
I
I
see.
think I can extrapolate from here, and I was like, I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the pointed chin.
Something about
like,
something about a slightly
skips every
malnourished
meal
man.
Except
Oh
one.
yeah, he's all angles. It's a lot.
Something about that geometry, man.
That man can skitter. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
would y'all like me to read my very
Oh, the recap.
very small notes about the recap?
yes.
Yes,
yeah,
please
so-
do enlighten us.
So
Yes.
here's the thing. My notes on the recap are very, very light. Now I'm realizing, but basically my whole recap is essentially that I forgot people are in this. I said, "Oh my God, Viserys, Uncle Benjen, little baby Arya, and Ned. Everyone is 12 years
Oh my
old, and I
God.
love them."
Oh my
That was really my note.
That's amazing.
It's really
Yeah.
cute.
Aw.
My God, I have missed the dire wolves. I miss those wolves so much.
Did you hear real life dire wolves are back?
What?
They're unextinct now.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is hot off the presses. It was shared in our Discord just today.
No
Holy
way. That's so
shit.
good.
I don't think I didn't get a chance to actually read the article, but I just read the headline, and they're like the
That's so
first
cool.
species to be unextinct or
That's-
whatever.
That's fucking
That means-
crazy.
I love that.
how the
That's so
fuck?
great.
How the fuck? Guys, I'm coming up with a whole conspiracy theory now about how Game of Thrones led to this.
I was
Like,
just gonna say no, 100%. That is true.
The,
I
the
guarantee it's
literal
true. Yeah.
the literal title of the article is "Direwolves have just been brought back from extinction," and no, this isn't some Game of Thrones fantasy.
Beautiful.
It's a stunning scientific development, apparently.
Wow.
I bet you $1 that article says winter is coming at least once. I know
World's first de-extinct animals.
it.
fucking crazy.
I love that.
That
That's-
scientist is some fucking Game of Thrones, like, literary bitch who, like, accidentally went to science. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, they edited the DNA of like gray wolves with like DNA from fossils of dire wolves.
Okay.
interesting.
So it's
That shit's intense.
so it's Jurassic Park. Would it
yeah.
would it
So-
would it be Jurassic Park because they're wolves? That was bad. Don't laugh at me. I'm so
Oh my
sorry.
god.
That's so
good.
bad. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I love a pun, and that was
No!
amazing.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
Little tip of the hat to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so fun.
Oh. Okay, anyway. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dire wolves, they're cute.
Yeah.
And
Adorbs.
before we sat down to watch this and we were like, okay, we're just gonna do this in like 1 hour, and then we watched the first 2 episodes over again, basically.
But
Um
I feel like that's not fair because just as I would start to get invested in a scene, Nav would start fast forwarding. So we didn't really
because I
watch.
was like, we can't actually sit down and watch 4 hours of
Yeah.
that. Like, we can't watch all of this. We didn't have time for
Ah,
it.
that's
Yeah,
totally
it was
fair.
like 2 hours of content. I feel like we spent like 50 minutes watching it. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
watched like
Yeah.
half-ish.
yeah,
fair.
but the last scene in the second episode was Ned having to kill Lady, and that was just the
it
saddest
sucks.
friggin' thing ever.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. And like all the stuff with the wolves, I love them, and I love it and I hate it, and it's such a bummer that the show prioritized dragons over wolves in the long run, because it's like, oh yeah, CGIing over these like actual wolves is like really hard. So we just made a dragon from scratch, and I'm like, why? Why didn't we? I don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, but that means the dragons are going to look really cool, so now I'm excited for that, actually.
Wait, remember, this is also 2011.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Look at movies that came out in 2011, like CGI heavy movies. They're not bad, but they're not great. They're not all.
Yeah,
not all
they have their good and bad moments.
Yeah, just in general.
It's like you can tell the scenes where they used their CGI budget and the ones where they didn't.
Yeah, you can tell when they were like, we gotta pinch some pennies on this one. We gotta hang on to this episode. I will say, one of the things that now Emily and I have been doing for House of the Dragon is looking at the writers and directors of each episode.
Oh, yeah.
This episode is directed by Brian Kirk, who actually directs episodes 1 through 3 of season 1. 3 through 5 of season 1. I saw the numbers and I got it mixed up. But yeah, so
that's cool.
There was some wacky directing in this one. There were some shots that I did not love, but generally some good choices. Not bad.
Yeah. It's also written by D&D this episode, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I ignored that fact. I did not write that down. I refuse to acknowledge them. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We should actually talk about what happens maybe a little bit.
That's fine.
Okay. So we open up with Ned and family arriving in King's Landing. And I was commenting to Harmith, like, Harmith has no context for this, but this King's Landing and Red Keep looks so different from the House of the Dragon King's Landing and Red Keep.
Uh-huh.
It's
seeing the Baratheon, like, bust, like, the stag at the front gate, I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It also, for some, now I'm like, is House of the Dragon in more of a winter fall time? And this is, like, dead summer. Like this was much more summery than think about all the scenes in House of the Dragon. They never give off this vibe.
Oh yeah, no, this is all like warm oranges and tones and stuff. Like this makes King's Landing look so much further like south and like not tropical, but like in such a warmer climate than anything in House of the Dragon looks.
Yeah, even like that, like, oh god, okay. I'm hoping it was this episode, but that, like, opening shot of King's Landing that was, like, so orange and pretty, was that this episode?
No, that was the first episode.
Oh,
LOL! We did a bad thing. We should not have watched the first 2 episodes because we keep getting confused what happened when. But in the first episode, Kate, you'll remember this, like, just in the first episode, they did those, like, little tags where they'll tell you they're in Winterfell or King's Landing, or, like, they would actually tell you where they were.
Why couldn't they have kept that?
Yeah, who knows? What? But in the first episode, they open up on King's Landing, and it's, like, the whole landscape of King's Landing, and it's, like, it's super CGI, but super pretty, so...
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was referencing. 2 episodes weird.
No, okay. So, they get in, and just as Ned has gotten off his horse, he's immediately summoned to the small council meeting, and he's like, oh my god. I remember him being in the book like, can I eat? Like, I literally haven't, like, pooped all day. Like, can you just get away from me for a minute? But here he's just like, okay, fine, I'll go change.
Well, no, the guy's like, do you want to change clothes? And Ned's like, what's wrong with what I'm wearing? It's like,
right?
Nothing. Sorry, don't worry. I didn't say anything. It's fine.
And then they, like, walk in, and it's, you know, all the people are there. Oh no, it's first he walks into the throne room and
Yeah.
Jaime's sitting by the Iron Throne, and obviously they've got beef about that.
Yeah.
So
There is so much stained glass in this room. It is so...
it's giving church.
Oh my god, it is so colorful. The vines on the columns in the throne room.
Yeah.
Just, oh my god. I love it. It's beautiful. It's church, but it's also like, it's like that, I do not know architectural periods, but it's like where everything is like very ornate and like nature inspired, and it's like, it's really just like really lush looking.
Like the Enlightenment type of thing.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's good. Like, it's a good vibe. And it's been so long since I've watched these episodes. I went back to see which episode I had done with Emily for season 1. I watched episode 2, and I think I watched like maybe a couple other ones. I don't know the last time I watched these. It's been a minute.
Yeah. We were noting how good the lighting is in most of these scenes.
Yes.
And I don't know, Hamlet, if you've heard of all the lighting debacles of later seasons, but there are episodes which you cannot see.
You can see every single person's face in this episode. My god. Mwah.
So then, like, and they were just like, this is fine? And do you guys just, like, turn the brightness
this is
up?
a choice.
Like,
this is an artistic choice.
Mm-hmm. Unless you watched it in a bar or something, because at that time it was just communal viewing, and then you just went, what is that? And you just squinted and got really close. Yeah, just leaning over the bar trying to see things.
And just all you see are the top subtitles, like explaining the action happening in the scene.
Oof,
that's weird.
Okay.
So these early seasons are like a
dark
breath
time.
of fresh air.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Being able to see everyone's expressions is honestly great. It rules.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Huh. Didn't think I had to keep a checklist for that. Like, oh, does this show have good light? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think.
It's one of those things that, like, it changes so incrementally over time. Seeing it now, it's just like, oh, okay. It's like
it's shocking how bright it is.
Yeah, it's like literally slowly dimming a light, and then you just turn them back on. It's like, oh, I can see everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, not looking forward to that.
Well, don't worry. You probably have, like, at the rate you're going, you have about 8 years to watch those episodes, so you're fine. You have plenty of time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You'll have forgotten. You'll go, why didn't you tell me? It's like, we did. Remember 2025? We told you then.
Oh god.
So
what do Jaime and Ned talk about? Like,
they're talking about like well, he's like, oh, wait, I said nothing in that last minute. Wait, what? I know what they talk about. Hold on.
So basically, Jaime is just like weird and like baiting Ned about it. It's like, oh, I'm here. It's like, oh, the last
time we were here together, like,
something like that. It's like, oh, your father and brother were begging for mercy.
Yeah.
And then basically Jaime's like, don't worry, I killed Eris for you. And Ned's like, I don't, fuck you, man. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
That's a great summary. Yeah. It just literally was like a staring face off between two men who don't like each other.
Yeah.
Who I like both of, or both of whom I like. And it just was really frustrating.
Okay, so you like Jaime at this point.
Yes, we love Jaime.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm
right.
That's fine.
Yes,
it's good
to be careful.
Yeah,
it's good to be careful.
Yes.
It's okay.
At this point,
this is a judgment-free zone. It is all good. I'm open to your opinions.
Yeah. After finishing the 4th book, big Jaime stan over here, and obviously like Ned stan. So it just watching these scenes is just like, can we like put our dicks away and just like be normal, like, but they're like staring contest. They basically is like watching a staring contest, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But they both have pretty faces, so it's not that bad if you just tune out the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for everybody who listened to our other 2 episodes covering the show, Harmeth was not impressed with Jamie's looks. She has come around on him this episode.
Yes.
That's the one I'll
Yeah.
agree with.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, like the first
It
couple...
does not make me want to gag, like most of her ideas.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first couple episodes I was like, oh, that's who they cast for Jamie? And it wasn't that I thought, like, Jamie's actor was ugly. Like, he's clearly not. But I think in my head, like, Jamie is just so hot that probably whoever they casted, it just, like, unless it was one of my, like, already fave blondes in the industry or something, like, it just wouldn't have, held up. But I think this time, like, now that we've seen him 3 times, like, it's kind of like, now I'm also seeing how he, like, actually acts it. So I'm also getting impressed
And
with
this
the
is
acting.
the first
and,
episode we see him in his armor. That does help.
That
Yeah.
does help, yes. And
In
like,
the armor,
yeah.
he looks like the Prince Charming from Shrek 2.
Yes.
No, I've had
that's
the
just-
exact same thought.
That's it. Like like especially here with like everyone's hair is so specific
Dude.
and different in this like era. Like I have when we get to Tyrion, I have notes about Tyrion's hair. Oh my god. This
Exciting.
man, this lovely man and his awful hair.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but like
Is he also wearing a wig? The wigs are bad.
I have no idea. My god, the wig, it's Party City over here. Don't get me started on Lancel. My god.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
that one I think
Lancel.
was the worst. Like
God. Yeah.
that
yeah,
guy.
Jamie's hair in this is just it's like it's that like feathered, like very specific, like maybe kind of Lance Bass situation going on. It's
my
just
God.
it doesn't do him many favors. But like I'm treading so carefully because I'm trying to think like as far as spoilers. But like you know what happens past this point. You just don't know like the people. I don't know.
Who are you talking about?
I was gonna say Jamie. Like the only thing, like you, by the
So what Harmeth has discovered,
Yeah.
let's see. It goes differently in the show, so it's hard to explain. So Jamie has lost his hand.
okay. So Jamie has like
He
been,
did
so
go
Jamie
through
has
the whole
like been,
trauma.
Jamie's been on the road, like in the books.
Yes.
Okay. The only thing I was gonna say is that Jamie grunges up really nicely.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
yes,
think about that.
Yes. No, and
I'm
that
excited
is
to see
literally
that.
that is truly when Emily and I both went, oh. Okay. Okay, we
I am
understand.
seated.
Exactly. It's like, oh, we understand now. Like the little bit of stubble, not the perfectly parted hair. I'm like, that works for me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
There
Okay,
you
another
go.
thing to look forward to. Okay.
Yes, so much to look forward to.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Nice.
We have got to move beyond hair.
Well, yeah,
Why?
why?
I'm having fun.
That's true.
Why?
Why though?
Why would we do that?
You know what? Never mind. Let's talk more about hair.
Okay,
Danny's
anyway.
wig is so bad.
It is.
They get so much better over the seasons. Like,
That's so funny. Oh my god.
God.
Yeah, I think what also
Yeah.
helped Jamie's actor win me over was just like the intensity of all his scenes in this episode, because he had that one with Cersei where it was like, oh, we're getting to this dynamic right away, because in the books
Uh-huh.
like we don't really get we don't get their POVs until
Oh.
second book, right?
Third.
book.
third
Oh
with
my
Jamie,
God.
fourth with Cersei.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for the first 2 books,
That's
we're only seeing them from
wild.
everyone else's perspective. But here it's like, obviously, because of what they can do with the show, like, we're already seeing how they are with each other.
That's
Um,
insane. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's wild.
Wow. Okay.
So getting, like, that intense of a
Crazy.
scene of, like, him and Cersei, and then getting him and Ned's standoffs with each other. So I think and then, like, him with Robert. Like,
Oh, yeah.
literally all of these scenes are
You have
such, like,
so much more development. Like,
Exactly.
instantly. Oh, that makes so much sense.
Like,
yeah.
all of these scenes are such, like, passionate Jamie in some way or another. So I think it really, like, speed ran, like, okay, you've won me over, sir. Like, this is you acting,
Yeah.
and I'm cool with it, you know? I've approved you now, like...
Nice.
Okay, we were all just waiting for your approval.
Exactly.
Oh, thank God.
The show could not have gone ahead without you.
Oh my god. Yeah. You're welcome,
No.
guys.
Okay. So, speaking of people we meet, we get into the small council room. Varys is there. And you were like, this is Varys? And then I had to be like, he's good, I promise.
I think I just...
You weren't impressed.
Not that I wasn't impressed. I think, especially like all the scenes we got...
I don't think he looks like his character in this book.
That's what I think threw me off. I don't have any... I don't think I've seen this actor in anything else. I don't have anything against him. And then once he started like acting and like he was doing like the not the mischievousness, but like very like... He was being very like, oh, this is a sneaky man.
Yeah, he's the master of whispers, and he acts like it. It's like, oh, my little birds. Yeah, it's
yes. And I liked that, but like, I think just immediately when we saw him, I was like, oh, that's not what I thought Varys looked like. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's the master of disguises. Like, that guy has that guy has a distinct face. How can he be a master of disguises? Like, you know. I think that was my first thought.
Yeah.
I did note that in this scene, like, right off the bat, he sounds really slimy. Like, just immediate. Like, I forgot how slimy he sounded when they first... It's like, yes, I've heard... And I'm like, oh, no. It's like, like, my hand will come back, like, way too sweaty if I shake your hand. It's like, okay, no.
Yeah, that is the total vibe he gives off.
Yes, my lady, I'm the master. My little birds are everywhere, even in Winterfell. Sorry.
Yeah.
Renly is here.
Renly!
Yes.
Oh, bless.
He doesn't do much. He's
he
there
just
on Renly. Like, that's all he does, I think.
He's on the council. Yeah.
Yeah. Pycelle is there looking all... close to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Pycelle's
and of
casting.
course,
it was funny. He just looked funny, as he should.
Oh, you don't even know. You know the thing, Kate, they do with Pycelle, the thing?
Uh-huh.
They don't, that's not a thing in the book, so like Harmond's in for a thing.
I'm scared. Do they give
I'm
him
hoping
like
you understood what thing.
Oh my god, do they give him like a... Oh god, what's that hairstyle? Oh god.
Like a mohawk?
No. What's the hairstyle? Oh god, it's like...
What does it look like?
Hold on.
Describe it.
Hold on. It's the one that people describe as like serious in the front, party in the back.
That's a mohawk.
No, it's not a mohawk. A mullet.
Mohawk is the one that's like...
Yes, mohawk is up here. Mullet is down here.
Yeah, it's business in the front, party in the back.
This is such a descriptive podcast.
It's short, but then long. Yeah.
Mullet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
it's
mullet.
It's like if they squished both of your hairstyles together. If it was none of it was yours and then Harmut's
Yes.
Yeah, it's that.
Well, mine today is, I don't even know what it is today.
That could be business.
It's hoodie hair.
It's kind of party all over.
Yes.
Okay, so
anyway, I'm wondering if Pycelle gets a mullet.
Oh, you guessed it. Gosh, you're good.
Notably, Robert is not here. Mm-hmm. He wants them to take care of this business, which is he wants to host a big party for Ned becoming the Hand. And then, Littlefinger's like, okay, what's another, 100,000 coins and 6 million debt? And Ned's like, what did you just say?
He said Ned's here to fix the economy.
Yeah.
You know what I think I'm going to like about the show more than reading... Because I think when you read Ned's chapters, because you're only seeing it from Ned's perspective, you're kind of like, yeah, he's so right, bro. Like, they're spending the money so bad. Like, what are they doing? But, like, seeing it from, like, that third-person perspective, it makes it so much more comedic in all of his scenes. Because you're not just in Ned's head where it's all serious. You're seeing it from the outside, so you're not thinking about, like, oh, no, they're in debt. What are we gonna do? You're thinking, Ned looks so ridiculous because he's the only serious one here. So it's, like, it adds comedy, which is so... I can't wait for, like, some of the upcoming scenes where it's just gonna be Ned being the only voice of reason, but he looks ridiculous being a voice of reason. Yeah. And I'm excited for that.
I have a paper.
Watching it, you get the side eyes between characters. Yes. It's just like Littlefinger and Varys going, oh, this guy. Like, you get that little extra. Yes. It's just like, it's Ned being the straight man, and, like, Ned's not fully fucking not wrong, but, like, him just, like, coming in with an unpopular opinion where in Ned's POV, it's like, no, this is what needs to happen, everyone's like, oh, that's not how we do things here, actually.
Exactly.
We
Like,
do things a little differently here.
yeah, he's new here. Like, he doesn't know what's
Yeah.
up. You know?
Yeah, it's just, you must be new. Also, can we talk about Littlefinger's line of, no doubt Lady Catelyn has mentioned me? And I just wrote, barf.
Yeah, did not enjoy that. Yeah. Yeah, what
a
does that
kiss
happen
ass,
in the
my
book?
God.
I don't like that if it did.
I don't think that exact line happens in the book. No.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. Icky.
Yeah.
The other thing I did like was, I noted down that there were stars on the wall and they were pretty.
Yeah, because the, like, 7-pointed star thing,
Yeah.
right?
I think so,
That's
yeah.
what it was. Yeah, I just saw stars
Yeah.
and that's all I registered.
Oh, no, the all of this aesthetic, beautiful. It's so good.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what do they talk about anything else? Well, basically, Ned's like, I'm gonna talk to the king, and this is not gonna happen. But Littlefinger's like, but we should make plans because it is gonna happen. And Ned's like, it's not happening. Then he's like, actually, wait, I'm sorry, I'm tired, had a long day.
Ned's like,
Yeah,
I
can
am
we talk
actually
about
new
this
here.
later?
You're correct. Give me a sec.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So is that the scene,
Yeah,
basically?
that's it.
I think
Yeah,
so,
because
yeah.
then we go to Cersei and Joffrey.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
This was a
yikes.
weird addition. What the fuck is this?
Baby,
I want both of your thoughts on
Yeah,
this.
Kate,
Yeah.
you go first.
Okay, so I liked this scene because this is this the first time that you've seen, like, Cersei and Joffrey together? Okay,
Mhm.
this,
Alone together.
Yes,
Yeah, because there's been, like, it's them and
right,
family.
but yeah. So this is setting boy mom Cersei, setting the entire vibe of just like, here is how I think about my children, and here is our vibe, and like this is like so telling. Like I hadn't written down many quotes until we got to this scene, and I was like, oh yeah, these are long-standing philosophies and attitudes. Like, these are enduring quotes. She tells him to, like, basically, like, hey, suck it up, kings should have scars and that you're a warrior. And he's like, I didn't fight anything. And she's like, yes, you did, you're so brave. And then she says, someday you'll sit on the throne and the truth will be what you make it. And I'm like, oh,
that
no.
Yeah,
It
did not
mhm.
enjoy that.
No, it's a bad vibe, but it's
their vibe.
yeah,
Their
and it's
accurate
the kind of,
vibe.
exactly, yeah, and it's the thing where you're like, oh, you just said it, like you just said it out loud. You didn't, like, if she had just like left it at like, no, you were so brave, and he goes, oh, okay, like if he just like heard it and internalized it would be one thing. This is her saying, no, you can fucking make shit up, and he goes, oh, okay, cool. Like, there's no subtext at all. It is text. Like, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's
bad.
also something to. It's also like, this is almost kind of a perfect time to have watched this episode, because of that focus on like, this is how Cersei's dynamic is with Joffrey. This is how Cersei's dynamic is with Jaime. This is how Jaime and Robert perceive each other. This is how Robert, especially because book 4 was so much about like Jaime and Cersei, and like we were in both of their heads separately. So this is actually a great time to revisit how some of those things play out later in the series as well. So it kind of felt like the perfect episode to watch at this moment, because I was like, oh yeah, we just saw an entire book of Cersei ruining her life and ruining her children, and here's the beginnings of that,
Yeah.
So
that's really interesting, and it's for me, having seen the entire series, it's funny to see how early this is like outright stated. Yeah, exactly. It's not like, oh, we work up to this sort of like, manipulation, whatever, like sort of inflating Joffrey's ego and stuff. Like, this is ground zero. We have built this framework the entire way up. And it's just so interesting to see, like, there are things that I, like, you know, think about, like, oh, this happened throughout the season, or, oh, I remember this being a big part. And to see them popping up in episode 3 is like,
Mhm.
oh, they, like, started with this.
Yeah, they said,
Yeah.
we need you to know this now.
Exactly.
We're gonna be overt about it.
Yeah. I feel like season 1 definitely, they didn't know to have faith in an audience, I think, just yet. And so there are a lot of things that are very ham-handed, is the phrase that I usually end up using.
Mhm.
But it's very much just like, hey, Cersei's kind of bad. And you're like, oh, okay. No way, really? Yeah, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think about any other thoughts on
oh, I
this.
have more notes about this scene. I just paused.
Well, Harmeth, you thought
Mhm.
that Cersei was portrayed as being smarter than she is in the book and this scene. That was what you said
Oh.
specifically.
Yeah. Oh my
Like
god.
not like smart good, but just smart in general.
Yeah.
Like,
I
strategic,
think,
kind of.
yeah, because I think I obviously could totally be misremembering because we've been doing this for 4 years, but
Yeah.
my perception currently is, like, looking back, like, at the beginning, especially book 1, it was like every time we would talk about Cersei, I remember I would always just recall, like, the quote that they introduced her with, which was like, her ego grows greater with every passing year. And it was always like, oh, she's pretty and she's egotistical. And like, other than, like, when Catelyn would think about the Lannister schemes, it was never like, oh, and, like, maybe she's, like, super smart and then, like tricky, like, clever, that's the word. And clever. Like, I just kind of remember it always as like, oh, that she's a bitch. Like, it wasn't like she's a smart bitch, you know?
Yeah.
And not that, like, now I think Cersei's, like, super smart, but, like, still, like, there's some cleverness there that I just don't remember it being acknowledged.
There's a cunning, yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
cunning, yeah. I think cunning is the word I was trying to find, and all I could find was clever. But, like, I just feel like here it's very, like, I don't know, it just kind of was like, Cersei's like, just kind of like, hey, Joffrey. Like, I think also the reason that was what I ended up saying out loud to you while we were watching it is also, like, just having read the 4th book, where she is making literally every wrong decision in the world, and level-headedness has not existed for God knows how long, and here to see her just calmly, like, her son's saying things that she, like, doesn't agree with, and she's trying to teach him a lesson, and she just calmly is like, so, but don't you think blank? Like, just it just feels like there's a diplomacy that I'm not used to seeing from Cersei, and I think that's why my gut reaction was like, oh, like, she's being smart. Because I'm just not used to her being able to sit down and, like,
Yeah.
have a conversation with someone like this.
Yeah.
Like,
Quite
her
honestly.
I think
like her actually being the one with a strategy at all, and not just like
Exactly.
helping other people with theirs. That's really interesting.
Exactly. Like,
Okay.
it's weird. It was weird to just have her sit there.
I can't imagine, like, Cersei not being, like, not having such a hand on things. Like, the fact that the
Yeah.
show is just
it's
like,
not that
she's a
she
power
doesn't
play-
have a hand.
Well, like,
it's that
Her
the
hand is
hearing.
bad. She just
Yeah.
she just perceives
oh,
everything
I'm not debating
wrong.
that. That's fine.
She just is
What do
wrong
you
about
mean?
everything.
She's my favorite character. Honestly, and Emily and I had talked about this many times. Like, I had a lot of friends who, like, Cersei was their favorite character, not because they
Mhm.
liked her and thought she made good choices, but it was because she was so interesting, and because she
Right.
made all of those bad choices, like you're saying.
Right.
Like, the things that she
Mhm.
chose, it was like, no, what are you doing? But you just loved to see
Yeah.
what the fuck was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people really liked her for that reason.
Yeah.
that makes sense to me.
What, Harmeth, I think you were responding to is that in book 4, we saw her give in to every impulse, like,
Mhm.
literally every impulse, like, no second
Yes.
thought to anything at all.
Mhm.
And here she's telling Joffrey, oh, sometimes you're gonna have to be kind to Sansa because, like, you're gonna have to marry her, and it's good
Yes.
to do that sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
the
like
restraint.
that's her telling him to repress his instincts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she does not do that.
Wait, oh my god, you're
No,
so
you're
right.
yeah,
Yes,
that
you're
makes
so
sense.
right.
Yeah, the idea of
Yeah.
Cersei later telling anyone, well, you have to be nice sometimes. I'm like, who the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Okay, so where in the show does book 4 get to?
Okay, so it's different, but I'll
I
tell
know.
you the
Like, rough.
broadest thing.
Yeah.
She has just landed herself in the cells at the Sept of Baelor.
Oh, yes.
That's where book 4 ended.
Got it.
So,
Okay, understood. That helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
yeah, I know we've all been like talking around because we don't want to say the thing.
No,
'cause
no,
know,
you're-
you don't know what
no, you
Harmon
were
knows.
totally. Yeah, it's all good. Like yeah, that is definitely bad decisions all around, Cersei. You're not wrong. That's like, I have allies, and it's like, no, you idiot. What are you doing?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The
Okay, so
consequences
in
of my
this scene-
actions. Sorry.
Well, who would have thunk it?
Ah.
Yeah.
Would've thunk it.
Joffrey's strategies is like, oh, we should suppress the North. We should tax them double and make them supply our own army and just
Mhm.
Yeah, can you
Bullshit.
explain to me what he was on about? Because every time that boy talks, like, I kind of tune out, so I had a hard time, like, even understanding what he was, like, saying. So can you kind of summarize what happened? Like,
he's
what was
saying
he
the
saying?
North has too much independence and we should oppress them. That's all he's saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's
And-
his whole, like, strategy?
That's
Yeah.
his thesis, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Interesting.
And she's
Okay.
like, this is also the part where she's like, well, the North can't be held by just anyone. Like, you gotta have the Northerners, you gotta keep them happy too, which is another part that contradicts later
Exactly.
Cersei. Like,
Yes, it just felt like she had insight here that she never shows having in the books. And like even like I think at one point I just wrote down she understands winter ? So I'm assuming she said something that implied that
yeah, she said like when it's super wintry, you can go and try, like, because he's like, I'll just fight them, like if they
Right,
revolt,
yeah.
And she's like, well, when it's winter, you're gonna freeze your ass.
Yeah, and like
'Cause
they know what
they
they're
know
doing.
how to
You're
survive
not
in
gonna-
winter. You don't.
And like
Yeah.
those are just observations that I just don't know if book Cersei is out here making. Like, and to be fair, like it is a little bit unfair that we only start to see her perspective once the decline has already started. Like maybe if we
Yes.
had her POV from book 1, maybe she was like
Mhm.
more like strategic back then. Like I just don't know, you know?
I think it's
Yeah.
definitely also worth noting that the philosophies that we are hearing from her in episode 3 don't necessarily like, endure the entire time. There are definitely, I guarantee if I rewatch like the last few seasons, there are probably things in here that directly contradict whatever she is saying
Yeah.
here.
But Cersei
no,
is
it-
the
it,
queen of contradictions, though.
Oh my
So
God,
I think
yes.
they probably did that on purpose. They were like, in this whole monologue, let's put the exact opposite of everything we're gonna do later on. Like that's just kind of her like central characteristic is
God,
contradictory.
I'd love
Like,
to think that was a strategy. I would love to believe that was intentional.
you
That's a
love-
wild
yeah.
amount of forethought, and I love that.
Yeah. So this scene also is like a nice parallel to Ned's scene with Arya later, because
Yeah.
this ends with Cersei basically saying, anyone who's not us is an enemy.
Yeah.
Like, they need to be demolished. Like, that's the big lesson takeaway from this conversation.
Yep.
And then we cut to Arya, Sansa, and their Septa at the table, and Arya's just digging in the
Yeah.
table with her knife because she's so pissed at Sansa
Yeah.
for getting her friend killed, which,
Valid.
fair.
Real quick before we move on from this other scene, so the only other, I wrote down everyone who isn't us is an enemy, which enduring theme, very important for the Lannisters.
It might become a little bit more anyone who isn't me is an enemy.
Yeah, I mean to an
So
extent,
true.
but the thing, especially with that one, is that we also get it echoed a little bit later in this episode, kind of in the same vein. But the other thing that I wrote down in this scene is Joffrey going, "Do you have to marry Sansa?" And she's like, "Yeah, you do, because diplomacy. But also, you can bang whoever you want. It doesn't matter." And I'm like, "You're his
Yes.
mother, and I hate this." But then the line that she says is, "You are my darling boy, and the world will be exactly as you want it to be." And I said, "Man, I wonder how he ends up so fucked up."
Right?
Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy that Joffrey was like, I have more power than God. What if I did anything? And it's like, man,
but also, it's
how did this
so
happen?
weird that, like, she, who is so mad at Robert for always, like, having sex with other people, is encouraging her son to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, because it was only a problem because it was happening to her.
Uh-huh.
The fact that it was happening wasn't the problem. The problem was that it was to her.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And remember, everyone who isn't them is the enemy.
Yeah.
Right,
No,
right,
keep
I
up,
forgot.
come on,
Sorry.
yeah.
I am so slow today.
Oh my god. Like, it's just...
I am just nap interrupted all day today.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay,
Wild. Wild scene.
so
Yeah.
Arya, Sansa, Septa.
Queens.
Arya is mad, just doesn't want to do anything, and the Septa is like, okay, enough of that.
Knock it
And
off.
yeah, like when she's like stabbing the table, Arya says, I'm practicing for what? The prince?
That was
I
funny.
love it.
That was adorable.
She's the cutest little thing, and I love her.
Is so cute.
I love Maisie.
Yeah.
And like her hair, and like
Oh
it's
my
just beautiful.
God, I just want to put her in my pocket. I love her so much. She's so cute.
Oh.
Yeah, and then as like the Septa's about to discipline Arya, Ned walks in and he's like, what's going on here? And Ned's he finds out that Arya's being a little
Spicy.
brat, and
Yeah.
then yeah. He's like, okay, go to your room. I'll deal with you later. And then he gives Sansa this doll, and Sansa's like, I'm not 8 anymore. Ugh. And
You don't
I
understand,
okay.
Dad.
Yeah.
I don't play with dolls anymore.
I'm a woman now.
I feel so bad for Ned.
I do too,
like
but also,
immediately Harbeth was like, you're being a bad dad. And I was like, no, he's not.
Not
He's trying
that
to do
he's
something nice.
bad dad, but it just is the thing of like, Ned is a good dad, like, I think, right? I believe that Ned is a good dad,
yeah.
but there's just moments where it's like, oh boy, maybe we could have paid a little bit more attention to that, or like
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I know he had a kingdom to run, and like I do understand that, right?
You can
like
you can be a good parent and still not get your kid.
exactly.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make you love them less. It doesn't make you a worse
Yeah.
parent. But like especially in this case, it's just like, here's this fancy doll, and it's like your daughter is like halfway engaged. Like that's why they're here.
Yeah. And like
Ned.
her wolf, like y'all just
Yeah.
killed Lady. Like, I don't think a doll is gonna, unless you're about to get her another dire wolf. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just
Get
it's
her
just,
a pup. Sansa needs a puppy.
Yeah.
Let's
exactly.
get Sansa a puppy.
Yeah, like it just kind of feels like, come on, Ned. Like, you know that's not equivalent. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah, it's like, did you think it was going to really fix it?
Yeah.
And it's just him sort of struggling. And like, you can tell that he's trying, you can tell that he cares, but it's
Yeah.
still just like, ooh, no, you knew that wasn't gonna work. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And especially
It was
because
just
then,
sad.
like, he goes and talks to Arya, and he's so good with it, so then it just
Yeah.
you kind of balance it together, and you're like, come on, Ned. Especially because
Yeah.
then you know, like, well, Sansa literally goes on to, like, sort of betray you, so, like, maybe we could have reined it in here and gotten her on our side, like, you know, and it could have solved our problems, but, you know.
The season 1 of Game of Thrones is all woulda, coulda, shoulda the entire time. It's just like, man, if only, and it's like, oh fuck, dude, we can't start that.
yeah.
Just untangling that knot is just like, oh no, we can't. We've come too far already.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ned goes to Arya, and she's practicing with Needle, and he's like, "Oh, what you got there?" And he looks at it, and he's like, "Wait, this was built in my castle.
This
Where
is
did
nice. What did you do?
Yeah." And she doesn't rat John out, which I'm like, what's he like? How is he gonna discipline John for this?
Yeah.
Like,
John's in the fucking wall. What's he gonna do?
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Send him to the wall twice? Come on. You gonna ground me again? All right, Dad.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Yeah. So he okay, wait. Like what I missed in this scene from the book was like because we're in Ned's head for this scene, he's reflecting on how Arya is so much like his sister Lyanna. Because Lyanna was also like very like
headstrong,
you know,
and, like
headstrong, like wants to play with swords and all of those things. And it's just kind of like paralleling, and everybody like always tells Arya that she looks like her aunt. Like it's this whole thing.
I love that.
So cute.
And
there's something about the archetype of like a medieval tomboy. There's something about like the girl who wants to be a knight. I love it. I never get tired of the aesthetic or the story. It's so good.
Mhm.
We got quite a few of
those.
those.
That's why Brienne is such a favorite.
My queen.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see who Brienne is.
God, you're gonna lose your fucking mind. She's so good. She's so hot. She's amazing. She's everything.
Yeah,
she's the
Brienne
moment.
is not hot in the book at all, but the person who plays her is probably one of the best looking people ever.
She's the
Like,
hottest.
So
She's
then
the
why'd
hottest
they
woman on the
do
planet.
that? Brienne's whole
'Cause
plot is
she
people
is
being
Brienne.
like, "You
I don't
ugly"
know.
every time they meet her.
Because she's no spoilers. Because she's tall, and that's not conventionally attractive.
yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
basically
Because
that.
because
But
it was,
I don't begrudge them this casting at all because it's amazing.
no,
Right.
100%. Yeah.
That's so silly.
Yes.
When did
So
she-
Ned's like,
when did she
what are
show
you?
up? Sorry, go ahead. I can't
Season
remember
2.
when Brienne shows up.
Season 2.
Ooh.
Season 2?
Um,
Oh, that's too far.
Yeah, because we meet Brienne in book 2 as well.
Right.
Yeah. So Ned's like, what are you doing with a sword? And then she's like, it's got a name, it's Needle. And he's like, oh, blade with and if you're gonna have a sword, you should know how to use it. And she's like, I was trying to learn. That's why I asked Micah to practice with me. But then Joffrey got him killed.
And then she blames herself.
Yeah, it's my fault. And he's like, it's not your fault. And then she's like, yeah, right, it's Sansa's fault. And he's like, no,
well,
not
no,
that
I didn't
either.
say that. Well, hang on. Trying to reins her back a little.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My note just says Ned tries to explain diplomacy to her.
Yeah. He's
I don't-
basically like, she's gonna
Arya
like, she
is
can't go
many
against her.
things. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Arya is many things, but diplomatic is not one of them. She's
God,
got
no.
so
Definitely
many.
not.
She's got like street smarts galore when she gets out there, but like she is not a diplomat. Like, do not make her
Yeah.
a foreign affairs girl. Like, don't do it.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, Sansa couldn't go against Joffrey in front of everyone. She has to marry him, and like, it's a whole thing, and I get it. And Sansa and Arya's like, yeah, okay, I don't actually hate her. I just hate it here.
Yeah, but then
He's like,
she
yeah.
has this banger line where she's like, how can you let her marry someone like that?
Yes.
And it just it
Yes.
stopped me dead in my tracks because I was like, I the trope I can't get enough of. Yours is like medieval tomboy. Mine is children's observations, like leaving adults speechless in books and movies and shit. Because it
Wise
just is
beyond
like,
their years.
and it
Yep.
just is so, because it's like, riddle me this, huh, Ned?
But that's not fair. It's like, well, yeah, you're 100% right. It's not fair.
yeah, and it
Ned gets this 1,000-yard stare for a second. Goes,
yeah,
Yeah.
and it just was like, Arya's checkmated you. Like,
Yeah.
what you gonna say to that, Ned? Just gonna quietly leave
Yeah.
the room and pretend
Well,
like the
this is
game
where he
didn't-
pulls out the, well, we're Starks and winter is coming, so we gotta stick together. You've come to a dangerous place, so just we gotta work together. This is another thing I missed here, which I think they say at some point later in the show is the line.
Ooh, okay.
This is where Ned says to her, when the cold winds rise, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Like, this is where the line originates in this scene, and I was just like waiting for him to say it, but he doesn't say it.
I was
And
also
like, "Oh!"
waiting for him, and then the scene ended, and I was like, oh, I
'Cause
guess
later
we're not.
on, Arya, like, because it becomes like such a thing for Arya, like in the book, she's reflecting on it constantly. She's like, but I'm the lone wolf that survived.
Oh.
The pack is dead. Like throughout, because like in her whole like
Oh
journey
my
through the Riverlands
God.
and like
Yeah.
being, you know, traumatized.
God, dude.
The whole time she's like, he
They-
was wrong. He was wrong about a lot.
Oh my God. That's a very cool note, honestly, because
Right.
I feel like they introduced that like
Way late.
yeah,
way too late.
way too late, and I like it. It's
Yeah.
a good like. I keep wanting to say catchphrase, but like motto or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's a good motto, and it's like a good like philosophy. But then like thinking about it in terms of like the subversion of it with Arya on her
Mhm.
own, like that
Yeah.
fucking rules, and I love that.
Yeah. And then as the reader, you know that really most of her family, other than Rob and her mom and her dad, are alive. So
That's
like
all.
the pack is surviving,
Yeah,
just not thriving.
Yeah. The
but
wolves
like
aren't
in
as
her
alone as they
head,
think they are. Yeah.
yeah, she's just like, I'm the only one left. It's just so sad.
Yeah.
God.
God.
This
Yeah.
is really depressing series.
It is.
Well, speaking of depressing, the one annoying thing I kept doing.
Oh, I thought you were going to segue to the next scene. I was like, that's depressing too.
The whole episode, I kept pointing out to Harmon how everybody in each scene
Yeah.
is dead.
Yeah,
Like they're alive in this moment, but that they die.
because there's so many.
Like it'd be like a scene with like Catelyn and Rob and like Theon and Sir Roderick, and I'm like all dead.
It's
And
like,
it'll be like
it's like a
Ned
reality
and
show where they're
Jory.
like cross out the people who've been eliminated.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it was
I
always at
kept
the
doing
worst
it.
moments. It was like, you know, later in the chapter, like Ned and Catelyn have their little hug, and it's like this is the last time they're ever gonna see each other. And Nav is like, "Oh, they're both dead now," and I was like, "Can you shut up and let me enjoy them while they're here? Like, is that too much to ask?" Like,
It's like, can
I-
you let me
once I
cry
started
quietly?
thinking-
My God.
Once I started thinking of it like that,
You couldn't
I just
stop.
couldn't get it out of my head. I
Yeah.
was just like, everybody is dead. Like,
yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
it's really depressing. That's the
Yeah.
tagline for this episode. Everybody dies later
Yeah.
in this.
Future corpses. Let's go.
Future corpses.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So basically he's like, okay, if you can keep the sword, and she's like, oh my god, really? And then he's like, but you're gonna have to learn how to use it properly. And this is when he leaves, but it doesn't tell her what that means. And
Uh-huh.
it's, we know that this lessons, yay.
yeah.
Love it.
And then what scene do we go to?
We go to
Bran and
Winterfell.
Oh, Bran and Old Nan. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I Old Nan is like, she actually embodies Old Nan from the books, and she does such a good job of like telling the scary stories with the
Nice.
voice. And unfortunately this actor died very soon after, so I
Oh.
don't think she like comes back, or
That's
I mean
so
she might be
sad.
in another episode this season, but like it was good.
It's real sad.
She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a Sir Dunk in the tall mention.
Yeah.
Yes, there
I wrote that
is.
down because I was like, "Whomst?"
Absolutely.
See, you wouldn't have known, but now you have thoughts.
Yes.
Now I just like have like catchphrases where I'm like, I've heard this. Hang on.
Oh my god. I did
Yeah,
have a
so-
note though about the scene. For someone who just like woke up from the dead, like Bran looks good and normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't look scarred at all, and like it literally looks like a kid who like maybe had a fever or something but is recovering just fine.
Yeah.
Like there was
Right.
he didn't look like anything had happened.
Yeah, because that would be bad. We need to know that he's still a good guy and okay, because he can't be actually disfigured. He just is handicapped now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's his defining
This- it's
characteristic,
like
remember.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I just was like,
Yeah.
I have thoughts.
literally nothing. Like, this is just Bran again. Like low-key, I'd like forgotten what happened because I was like, this is just Bran lying in a bed,
Just
like,
taking a nap, yeah.
literally, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, next episode.
Oh,
Okay, you can look what it is, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. We'll talk about it with Emily, but
Oh yeah.
basically, old Nan is telling stories, and Bran's like, I like the scary one, so she tells the one of like the winter that lasted years, and with the White Walkers that had spiders big as hounds, like all of that. And then Rob walks in, and he's like, go take a break. I'll hang out with Bran.
It's like, hey, can you
And
calm down? Can you chill out for a second?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, she's just got so many stories. She once told us we lived in the eye of a giant. That's why the sky is blue. And Bran's just like,
Yeah.
well, what if we do?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know we don't?
Rob's like, okay. Alright, bud.
Rob's like, clearly.
That's not what I'm here for, bud. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rob's like,
So
clearly we
this-
don't have the same read on Old Nan. Okay. You've bought in and I have not. Okay. Moving on.
Okay. Anyways.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, do you remember anything about your traumatic fall?
Let's cut to the chase,
This
man.
is like the show, like telling us, like, because the last episode ended with Bran opening his eyes,
Right.
but so nobody knows what he does or doesn't remember.
Yeah.
So this is the show, like, explaining that he doesn't.
Yeah,
remember
this episode we're
anything.
gonna hear 8 people say, "Oh, he doesn't remember anything."
Yeah.
In case you didn't catch it
Exactly.
the first time, he doesn't remember anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's basically the point of this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And they're
then we
sad.
move on to where are we?
Oh no, but first, Brandon's like, Rob's like, "Oh man, it's crazy what happened, but it's, you're so lucky that you're still alive." And Rob's like, not Rob, Brand's like, "I would rather be dead than not be able to walk." And I'm just like, why are we going
Yeah.
here?
Why
I
we
don't
gotta be
like
this way?
it. Yeah.
Did you look up the next episode?
I sure did, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah, just all of the way. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
All of the
So-
worst. Hate it. Hate it
Oh,
here.
Cuz it's
All,
Gross.
like
the worst
when we're
now? Oh, honey, wait.
yeah, cuz in the show it's like such because in the book we're like in Bran's head and he's like a literal 7-year-old dealing with like a newly gotten disability.
Yeah.
So like he's dealing with it and it's a lot to process and it's like a different thing. In the show they just have like people say that like you're worthless
Right.
if you're disabled like over and over and
Right.
over again. It's just
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. It's it is heavy-handed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. So then we cut back to King's Landing and Catelyn and Sir Roderick are arriving and they have barely entered the gates
Is that-
when they're
Is that Roderick Tully? Is he a Tully?
No, Sir Roderick Cassell?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a Winterfell. He's like the guy, the master of arms at Winterfell.
That's it. Okay. I could not remember what his deal was.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's who that is.
Got it.
Yeah, they barely enter the city when they get surrounded by this, like, a bunch of guards or something.
And it was
And they're
funny
like-
because like right before they get surrounded, she's like, "Oh yeah, I haven't been here in years. I don't think anyone's gonna recognize me." And then immediately they come up to her.
Ma'am, could you pull over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ma'am, do you know why we stopped
Yeah.
you?
Trick question.
I need you to come
They
with
do
us.
be trying to trick you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they hand her like a sealed like paper
Uh-huh.
and presumably it has a little finger seal on it so she knows it's him.
Uh-huh.
So then we cut straight to the brothel where she's brought in and she throws it in his face and it was
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have like the what's the like mandatory Game of Thrones like people running in a brothel bit.
Oh my god, I write this like a little bit later. No, it's like I think it's basically like in the same. I forgot how much this show relied on tits as a selling point in this stage. It was like, you're gonna see a lot of boobs, and I'm like, I didn't think that was a selling point, and that's just like, it's HBO, here's some boobs, and it's like, okay, but like, especially here, it's in case you didn't catch that it was a brothel. It's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm in the wrong room. I'll move, and it's like, girl,
exactly,
right,
yeah.
fine.
So they just got to do the obligatory selling sex thing.
Yeah,
and then like, you know, Catelyn's like, how could you know? And like, okay, what I found so funny about this scene, because I know Varys is like, you can see Varys behind the like bead curtain, like just standing waiting for his cue to come in.
It was me.
Funny.
Hello.
Like, you couldn't have had him like come around the corner or something. Just having him wait right there on screen. Like, move the camera to the other side.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
It's funny.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. It's so funny though. Cause
he's like literally standing there for a solid 20 seconds before the
How did you know?
cue to
You
come
rang?
yeah.
Oh my god.
I love that she's still pissed off at him too. It's like, this is your fault too.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm here, I'm mysterious, I know all about you, and why don't you give me that dagger? And just the whole thing.
Yeah. Catelyn's her actress's facial expressions are so funny. Like, I feel like watching the show, like, she was already one of my favorites in the books, but I don't think there was ever a moment where I was like, definitively Catelyn is my favorite character. But I fear that because the actress's facial expressions, and she's so funny, like, I just find her acting very comedic, and I think that watching the show, she's just gonna be my favorite for a long time because of that.
Yeah. She's pretty good.
Yeah, like, her reactions to, like, all the Varys reveals, like, she'd be like, oh my god. And it just was like, you could, like, she was really acting, and it was just fun.
Yeah. She looks so, like, long-suffering sometimes. She's just like, oh my god, what? And, like, she just looks so sick of people. She's so good at looking annoyed, and I love it.
Yes.
I was gonna say, like, it's her annoyed expression that's my favorite.
Yeah. And you get a lot of it
and she gets
episode.
to use it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. When is she not annoyed? I don't remember a single moment where she was like, I'm actually chill and happy right now. Like,
honestly, when she was like, I trust Littlefinger with my life, she didn't seem that annoyed, and then Ned got to seem annoyed then.
Yeah.
So,
oh my god.
Good for Ned. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So Varys is like, do you have the dagger? Did you bring it? Of course they have it. And he's like, okay, this is interesting. I don't know it. And then Littlefinger is like, ha ha ha, something I know that you don't. This is my dagger. And I lost it to Tyrion because I bet on Jaime. And this is like the whole big lie about how like Tyrion never bets against Jaime, so this could never have been a thing, but like we don't know that yet, and yada yada yada, but like they're setting the plane for that. And
it instantly cuts to Tyrion.
Yeah.
They just jump to Tyrion.
Yeah. Tyrion watching Jon fighting very angrily in the yard at the wall.
He is trouncing people.
This is another one
think that
where
they become his friends ever after this kind of beating.
This is another one where, like, when you're in Jon's head, you don't realize how bad it is. And then when you're watching this, you're like, wow, the secondhand embarrassment goes hard right now. Like, what the fuck, you know? But, like, when you're just in Jon's perspective, you're like, yeah, I can't believe they cheated him and no one ever told him that, like, you know what I mean? You're, like, buying into his perspective, but here you're just like, Jon, what are you doing? Like, kind of instantly.
Yeah.
But it's okay. He fixes his behavior, and then I can go back to standing him.
The difference between watching 20-something-year-old Kit Harington be this character and reading 14-year-old
Jon
Jon Snow read this, is it does it feel like the same experience and same character, or does it feel like different experiences?
No, because
Okay.
in my head they're all aged up anyway, because like in my head I think I just keep them aged up. Like, so then I'm constantly forgetting how old they actually are. Like, then when I have to
Because
go
otherwise
back
it's
and...
really upsetting to think about a 14-year-old doing X and Y and Z.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
like
valid. That's
it's
valid.
that, but I think
Like-
it's also just like, it just makes more sense to me that they're older. It's not even like a response of like, I don't want to think about it that way. It's
yeah.
mostly, I think it's just convenience. Like in my, and also like, maybe it's like an ego, like, you know how we all have that thing of like in our head the world revolves around us. It's like whatever
It's like,
age.
they're my age.
Yes. So whenever I'm reading series, like unless it's like, no, this is an 80-year-old, like clearly you're not 80, or like this is a 5-year-old. Like I've never read Bran's chapter and been like, Bran's my age, because it's very clearly not that way. But with John, it's like, I mean, we started reading these when I was 17, 18, like, I was going through the same annoying puberty, like, you know what I mean? He felt my age, so I just read him as my age.
That makes sense, yeah.
So it's kind of the same experience, because in my head, they are just, like, 20-year-olds playing teenagers. That's how I read them anyway, like...
No, that's fair. Yeah, there's another podcast that, like a Patreon thing on another podcast that I listen to, they'll read like choose your own adventure like kids books, and but they'll decide like whatever like random narratives about it, but then they'll just like riff off of it, and they'll always say like, oh yeah, you know, like I had to go to, you know, whatever, and it's like, oh, it's my birthday, and it's like I am turning 38, the age that I am, and they'll just like establish whatever it is. It's like, oh, we gotta go to school. It's like, it is law school because we are 38 years old. This is what this is. But like it's the same thing of like, oh yeah, this is my age, and it just I just thought of
this
that.
This is my life.
That's a really cool concept.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
really
it's like they're just
cute.
like me. Yeah, it's really stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like I'd never really thought about like we, especially watching Game of Thrones, we talk so much about how we don't get anyone's fucking internal monologue, and thinking about the difference between the internal monologue that Kit Harington Jon Snow would have and book Jon Snow would have, I'm like, oh, I feel like if Kit Harington said these things, they might sound bananas. So I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Like there might be enough where it's like, yeah, there's not really as much to base it off of because it's just it's not in sync as much.
Yeah. I am excited to see some of those monologues hopefully be delivered though. Like some of the broodings and the like, I just need some of those things, you know what I mean? Just so like, you know, sometimes you're watching something and you just need like a good cry or something, or like a good like judge. Like I just need some of that, like, oh, woe is me and my life is so hard. I just need some of that. You know what I mean? You're both giving me a particular look, and I don't know if, and my interpretation of your guys' look is, oh, you're gonna get a lot of that, you just wait. But I don't know if that's true.
Interesting.
So, I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, we interpret what we want, I guess. So
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
yeah.
In 8 years, as you said.
Yeah, exactly.
So
oh no,
Alistair
season
Thorne.
2 is only going to be in 2 years. It's okay. You'll be fine. You'll get there.
Yes.
Alistair Thorne is a real thorn, and
I forgot his name.
he's like super. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's super mean.
God,
But
he's
and
such a
like
dick.
Tyrion's commenting on that,
Yeah.
and Mormont's like, "Well, I just need him to turn this bunch of thieves and runaways into people who can fight." And Tyrion's like, "Do you really think he's effectively doing that?"
Yeah. How's the morale? What's going on here?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Which, like, later, once John gets his shit together and is actually helping people, he's much better teacher because he's actually giving pointers instead of just like, be better.
A hot
Yeah.
teacher,
You
John.
stupid. Like,
John gets to lead the "I'll make a man out of you"
Yes!
montage.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, there you
Please, can someone, I know y'all have made fan edits, someone find me an "I'll make a man out of you" Jon Snow leading everyone edit and send it to me.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's gonna be
All
full
right,
of spoilers. Don't send it now.
That's Yaya's homework for today.
Yes.
We've got a listener who has a special skill in fan edits. So
Yay!
Yes.
That's
But-
exciting.
and at least finding them, I don't know if Yaya has created any of her own, but regardless, you'll get your wishes, I feel.
Slay. The one, like, in this scene, like, as annoying as John was being, and I was like, secondhand embarrassment, like, this is terrible.
Mhm.
But, like, an out of breath Jon Snow goes crazy. Like, I will just say that. Like, when he's, like, humming and hawing and, like, doing all his little sword tricks, I was like, wow, Jon Snow.
That man's mouth has not closed once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those delicately pursed lips that are not chapped at all because he's new to being at the North.
Oh my god.
I remember like in an interview they talk about how the set for the wall is actually very hot, so that they're like always pretending to be cold, but they're like
No!
sweating balls. And
That's
Oh my God.
hilarious.
That's miserable. I hate
Yeah.
that.
That's
God,
so
all of the
funny.
furs, like the big, like brooding coat that he wears later. Imagining wearing that, like it was like 80 degrees today. Imagining wearing something like that outside now, I'm like, no.
No.
I would die. I
Yikes.
can't do those.
There needs to
Yeah.
be like a conditions bonus for them. Like, hey, y'all had to wear
Oh, trust me,
Oh,
they
yeah.
got paid
Oh
plenty.
yeah, they're fine.
slay. Slay homies.
Okay, so then we go back to King's Landing. Oh my god, I'm getting whiplash. Um,
Yeah, there's a lot of back and
And-
forth in this one.
apparently this is like everybody just leaving like a small council meeting,
Uh-huh.
and Pycelle like waves Ned down and is like, I got a letter for you, because also at the wall there was a letter for John. Like that was like, we're like making connecting points from scene to
Yeah.
scene, and
We're
it's about
showing how
Brad.
fast ravens get to everywhere. Apparently, it's the exact
Yeah.
same time.
Oh my god.
What I
Enjoy that standard.
loved, or like was like Ned like stops, but then he like lets Pycelle wobble over to him, like
Yeah.
taking like way too long. Like you couldn't have just taken a couple steps closer to him.
No,
Like
no, it's a
just
power
stops
move.
there.
No,
I guess it is.
yeah,
But yeah, and then like Pycelle hands him the thing, and then Ned's like, "Okay, you can leave now." Like
go on.
it's
Fine.
like Pycelle wants to like stay and like watch him read it or something.
What's it say?
Yeah, which is then what Jamie ends up doing, right?
No,
no,
Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
Yeah,
Because he's like, good news, want to share it with your wife?
Oh
And
my god.
It's like, oh, she's at
yeah, and-
Winterfell. He's like, how can you be so sure? And Ned's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So then we cut to them pulling up to the brothel, and Ned just, oh god, this is when he could have done it. He could have, should have, would have.
Would have saved everyone a lot of trouble.
Oh my god.
But no.
Yeah. And so he's got him Littlefinger pinned against the wall and is choking him when Catelyn like pokes her head over the window and is like, Ned, get in here. And so
He's like, oh, fuck.
yeah. Littlefinger says the Starks quick hands, slow minds or
Yeah.
something.
Oh my god.
What a piece
And then
of
like
shit.
we cut back to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and John's
And
getting
now they're-
bullied.
Yeah, now John's like they're like taking off all their armor and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and like it's, you know, the change room after practice, and everybody like now is ganged up on
They're
him.
gonna
'cause
stuff him
it's
in a
like,
locker.
"You've been-" Exactly, except they're gonna slit his throat.
Yeah, you know.
And you're missing talk about John
Yeah.
to turn on a light.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they were gonna stuff him in
yeah.
a locker.
That's
the
exactly-
medieval version where they slit his throat.
Yeah.
And as they've got him pinned down, Tyrion just casually like walks in and leans against the door and is like, "Oh, interesting scene here. I bet my sister would like to hear of it, and your faces would look very pretty beheaded up on the wall of King's Landing."
Yeah.
And this is like, you know, threat, and they're like, "Okay, fine. We'll talk to you. We'll see you later, Snow."
We'll see you
And then
after
they leave.
class.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, so
Um,
so this is where you get a really good look at Tyrion for me. This man, he has this boy band haircut.
this has got to be a wig.
Oh my god, it is like this Justin Bieber side swoop. I don't know what's happening with it. This man is lovely. He's very, very attractive. He has this baby face and this awful like Justin Bieber haircut, and I'm like, you're not the same guy. I don't know what's happening here. Like,
Oh my
I just,
God.
yeah, it was jarring. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, nobody really looks good in this season.
No.
Except maybe, like, Jaime and Cersei.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think hard if anybody... Like, Sansa looks nice.
Catelyn?
Catelyn,
I
yeah.
think so.
Like,
Yeah.
like, her hair is not weird or awful or anything. Ned's fine, too. Like, you know...
Rob?
But, like, Jon is also weird. Like, Jon and Rob, everybody's kind of got, like, you know, 5th day hair.
Yeah,
Like, they need
yeah.
a shower.
Y'all, nah. John and Rob are hot. Like, so hot. And pretty.
All right. Sure, but the hair's not... Okay.
The hair is herring. It's good.
The hair is not hairy.
John does have those like those little like ringlets going on that truly like if he wasn't getting bullied for like other reasons, they would have been bullying him for this fucking hair.
That's
like that
so
was
funny.
next on the list. It's just like, and what is this?
That's
Calm
so
down.
funny. Oh my god.
Where did you get a curling iron up on
Exactly.
this wall? Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like, what did you bring your
Um,
diffuser to the wall? Calm down.
Oh my god.
Okay, so then we go back to King's Landing.
God.
Oh my god. And now this is like, you know, what should we do? Like, Ned's been caught up, like, you know, in the time that we've been at the wall, he's caught up to everything. And their plan is to, like, go to Robert, but Littlefinger's like, with what proof? Like, it's all hearsay, and, like, the only person that could say that this was Tyrion's blade is dead, so how are you gonna prove it? And the plan is basically like, okay, Ned's gonna hang out here, look for proof, and then bring it to Robert and hope he will believe them and take action,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And also the whole thing is like, Ned doesn't trust Littlefinger, and Catelyn's like, I trust him with my life. And
He's like a little brother to me. He
shit.
would never betray my trust. And I go,
yeah, when she says he's like a little brother to me, they cut away from Littlefinger's face. I wanted to see his face in that moment.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And we then cut to the Lannister twins, and they've also learned that Bran is awake, but Jaime's like, what? He doesn't remember anything. What does it matter? And like, they're doing this whole bickering, like, we're bickering ourselves into having sex thing that they do, you know?
Yep. The weird, angry, horny, possessive shit. Yeah, it's that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. And here is where we get like not exact. I didn't write down a quote, so I don't know if it's exactly the same. But it's like the nothing. Like anyone who isn't us doesn't matter. It's like this is all that
Yeah.
matters, and I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
no.
But also specifically, like, I will kill anybody else who gets in our
Yeah.
way. Like, not even
Mhm.
that anybody else doesn't matter, but, like, I will personally
Yeah.
slay them all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'll kill them all until you and I are the only people left
That's
in this
it,
world.
yeah.
That's what he said.
And
And she's like, oh my god, that is so sweet.
And that was terrifying.
And
Yeah.
you were into it. You were like, okay, I get it. Jaime,
I
let's go.
I was into Jaime's delivery,
Okay.
but not like just like every time they have a
Glad
scene.
you draw the line at incest. Glad to hear it.
Oh my god, you're gonna kill someone for me? That's so romantic.
Yeah, that.
If this were anybody else, she would be saying that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like if this was okay. So I ship like Jaime and Brienne, right?
Okay.
So if this
correct.
was
You are correct to do so.
and if this was a Jamie and Brienne scene, I'm like, I don't care if this is an unhealthy dynamic, this is hot. You know?
Okay, but here's the thing. Jamie would never say that because Brienne would be like, "What the fuck do you think I want you to do
that's
that
not
for?"
there.
No.
Yeah.
If anything, Brienne's saying that to Jamie, and he's just like, "Take me, I'm yours. Let's go.
Oh my god,
Please
yes.
just pick me up and just cradle me. Like, let's go."
Yes. Oh my god,
She,
you're right.
she bridal carries him into an inn. I'm like, that's it. Let's go. I've
Yeah.
read this fic. It's good.
There's only one room and one bed in the inn.
Oh my god, there's only one bed? What are we gonna
Oh my
do?
god. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't quite
Ugh.
work with their dynamic, but like, you know what I mean? If it was a non-incest vibe, I would be like, oh
Mhm.
wow.
Uh-huh.
So, loved the lines, just needed them for other people.
Vibes.
You know?
Yeah, I get it.
Vibes. Yes.
Yeah. And this is now we have the goodbye between Catelyn and Ned and Sir
Bro,
Roderick off in the
it's so
distance.
You guys,
all of them dead.
Ned was literally quivering as this was happening. And it just
Yeah.
was really sad. And I was like, this
Yeah.
is the last time you're going to see each other. And
I
that's
forget-
really sad.
I forgot that they still really liked each other.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I just-
actually love each other.
Yeah.
Like who would
I know it's
in this
great.
world?
Yeah, the
Oh my
idea of
God.
like any like healthy relationship, I'm just like, oh, guys. Oh, ugh.
Yeah. Actually, I love their like kind of love story because
yeah.
Catelyn was actually in love with Ned's brother, but obviously he died.
Yeah.
And then they just got married because it's like a marriage of convenience
Yeah.
thing. But then they like, grow to love each other, which is like the best kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of every other like Cersei and Robert, they grow to hate each other. Like it's just all
Yeah.
the things are just
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
It was like they weren't even supposed to get married, but they ended up being so compatible and slay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
What I
good.
hate is that Catelyn was in King's Landing and she didn't see her daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, make it
It's too
happen. I don't care
dangerous.
how.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
Ned, shut up. Like,
She was right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, she dies. Like, she's never gonna see them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip. Rest in peace, my homie.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody's listening to this episode thinking we're doing it in unspoiled. Like, no spoilers.
Could you imagine? Oh my god.
I sure hope not.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we get a scene that is definitely not in the books because none of these people had POVs. It's Robert drinking and reminiscing about his first kill,
Mhm.
Mhm.
which was apparently a Tarly, so like some relative of Sam's. I don't know.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
guess.
And this is our introduction to
And-
Lancel.
Yeah, and Barristan.
Lancel. Fucking Lancel.
Fucking Lancel looking like, what the fuck? Why
With
does he
his-
look
He
like
looks
that?
like a
Okay,
Barbie doll.
with
Does
his-
he not?
With his
But
berries
like
and
an
cream hat and
unmanicured.
hair. Yeah.
Oh my
so
god.
bad. Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
he looks like it just I can't even explain it. He just looks so
But
weird.
Okay, I think he looks because in the book he's 16, so he looks age accurate,
Oh,
and
definitely.
it
Yeah.
makes the whole Cersei exploiting him for sex thing extra gross.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just grossed myself out.
Yeah.
Sorry, now I have to come back to
Oh,
talking
the incest
about
wasn't
things.
gross enough? You had to make it worse? Okay.
Oh my god.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And like there's good acting in this. Like Robert's like really giving it his all. and,
Yeah.
like,
That actor's so
It-
fuking good.
And the
he's
Robert
a good
great.
Robert.
and the
Yeah.
Robert and Jamie little standoff is
Yes.
also
Uh-huh.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So they run out of wine, and Lancel is sent out to get more wine, and that's when Jamie is summoned into the room to tell his story of the first kill. And it's first kill, not counting old men. What's the cutoff point? At what age does it not count?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think it's just anyone who wasn't Eris.
Yeah.
For Robert specifically. Like,
I guess.
like you know
Well,
what I
for
mean?
age
Oh, is-
appropriate
that's-
kills.
Like I don't
obviously.
think he was like I don't think it was like, oh yeah, don't count your old man. I thought it was just like, I don't want to hear about the fucking king. Like,
Yeah.
tell me about the other
Yeah,
stories.
but the king wasn't his first kill.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I think he's just like,
in
don't
any
play
way.
me the hits. Like tell me something
Oh.
real. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
yeah.
I see.
He's looking for
I
a deep
see.
cut. Yeah.
What wouldn't be in your memoir? Like, tell
Yeah.
me about those ones.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it does have a fucking memoir, the fucking Kingsguard book thingy.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
just remember
my
that that's a
God.
fucking
the White Book.
He
That's
does.
what it's called.
yeah.
Uh,
LOL. I was making a joke, but he does have one.
Aha.
I just realized that the book for these cops is called the White Book. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
Why do you keep
Uh,
bringing up things that are so?
Because my brain does. What am I supposed to do? Turn it off?
Ugh, yeah.
it's the
I don't know.
ADHD, baby. Let's go.
So his first kill was somebody in the Brotherhood, and this is the Brotherhood of the. Oh my god, what was this? This was a different Brotherhood. This is not the Brotherhood without.
I was just
banners.
gonna ask. That's
It
the
was-
only one that I know of. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it was like. The Brotherhood of the Woods, or like in the forest. There's
Yeah,
something about the forest
yeah.
or the woods in there.
Yes. Yeah.
I forget,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was where Jamie learned to like. That was where he learned to be a squire and all of
The
that
the
stuff.
guy that he killed, was that significant? Because why do I have like
No,
Because I have like a weird, maybe my brain made this up, but I have a weird memory of like in one of the books, someone being like, "Yeah, if like fought with Jamie in the Brotherhood too." Like,
yeah, that was what's his face, Frey, the one in the epilogue. Sorry, Kate, you're not gonna know understand any of this.
Merit,
Merit
yeah,
for Merit Frey.
yeah.
So there's this Frey. He was co-squire with Jamie to this guy.
Oh, okay.
And then they
Oh,
fought
that's what
in
it
this
was.
together.
Yeah.
And Merritt ends up getting like hit in the head, and then he has
Yeah.
concussion and like headaches and migraines all his life,
Oh,
and
God.
Jamie becomes this big knight and he's bitter about it. Like,
Valid.
Damn.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's where you remember it from. So it's
Oh,
probably
okay.
maybe he also talked about the guy. But I don't think it's not.
Okay, it's
you don't
not
really
like
have to remember
important.
it.
Important. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, any thoughts on this scene before we move on?
Not really. I kind of like that Jamie leaves off on it's like, oh, what did the Mad King say? It's like, oh, just the casual refrain of burn them all. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And they just look so fucking haunted as he walks out.
Yeah,
She's like, hey, here's some casual trauma. Bye.
It's also interesting to me because am I misremembering this, Harmouth? Because in the book, oh my god, how many times am I gonna say this? But like,
You
the
have a
whole
podcast on the book. You
reveal
can say in the book
that-
as much as you
that
want.
he
This is the
that he
point.
killed the Mad King because he was gonna burn them all, right?
Mhm.
Like that was he doesn't share that with anybody until he tells Brienne. And him like saying it here felt like a little too casual for me. But maybe it's like maybe the burn them all part isn't like maybe everybody understands that he was just burning people left and
Yeah.
right. They didn't
Yeah.
understand that he was gonna burn the entire
Like,
city.
knowing
I think
what the
it's
public
that.
record is, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's like, I think you're right. I think that's what it is, where it's like Jamie's saying it and he knows how people are going to perceive it, but then there's this internal second meaning that he has that he doesn't share with people. Because also, like, one thing we know about Jamie is, like, he's also not a diplomat. He's a fighter. Like, he ain't necessarily, like, thinking through these things. Like, so I think the way that it comes up is just, like, it's not that, like, he's sharing it, but then, like, he's like accidentally not sharing the full details just because he doesn't want to and he's traumatized by it. It's not like he's like being smart about his words, if that makes sense, So it makes sense to me that he's like, yeah, burn them all, but like in his head he's like, oh, and how horrific it was,
Yeah.
But like out loud it's like, oh yeah, we all know he was just burning people. But it also feels like a little bit of like a that like threat to Robert. You know what I mean? Because, like, just the vibes of, like, you're married to my sister, but I love my sister. You know, like sort of,
and
like,
we all pretend we don't know it.
Yeah, the vibes that we all have felt at some point in
Yeah.
our lives, obviously.
the
This is like-
relatable vibe.
Yeah. It's like the casually dropping trauma to like establish dominance. It's just like, anyways, I'll go back outside. It's like,
Exactly.
what the fuck is this guy's deal?
That's kind of like a perfect
Yeah.
way to explain it. It's like he's like, oh, Robert, you're trying to like
He's being
be
an
all, like-
edgelord. He's just
Yes,
being an edgelord. That's it. That's
yes.
it. Yeah.
because he's like, oh, Robert, you're trying to be all like macho by bringing up this conversation about like, this was my first kill. What's yours, Jamie? And like, especially when he makes those comments about like, the great Jamie Lannister forced to like stand outside my door and just like be a glorified like door watcher or whatever. Like he
Yeah.
says something. He says something like that too. So like. Once again, like, put your dicks away and just, like, be normal, you know what I mean, is my
Yeah.
suggestion. So I think it just also is, like, he's matching that level of, like, burn them all, and maybe I'll burn you while I'm at it, Robert, like, you know? So I think that's also part of it. You're giving me a look, and I can't read the look.
No, it's just there's a lot of thoughts there, but I
Yeah,
appreciate
there was, like,
them.
5
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
thoughts wrapped in one.
No, I get it. It makes sense. I see what you're saying.
All right, off to Dany. This is the first time
Yes.
we're seeing her. So it's the Khalasars traveling through the grasslands, and
What a throwback.
she's like coming into her power, you know.
She's wearing
And-
pants. I don't know the last time I saw her wearing pants.
Oh my god.
I think she does wear pants.
I know. Like
We're not going to talk about
No,
this.
like I truly do not remember, honestly. But I fully had forgotten about this whole like Xena warrior princess getup that she has in this episode.
It's just that you can't see the pants.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
Right? Okay. All right.
I get.
So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Horse riding, right? Okay. So they're doing don't stop thinking about it, Harmeth. Move on.
I don't know what
Um,
that means. Is she just wearing really
so-
big ball gowns all the time? Like, what the fuck? Like,
I'm thinking.
so
about,
there's
I'm thinking about her like mostly what I picture her in are a lot of dresses, but I think Nub's right. Like she has like a lot of like robes where you don't see the pants part of it, or like gown whatever thing. I don't know. Her clothing.
yeah, because in
is
the, like here
baffling.
in the desert, she's wearing like a vest. Like
Yeah.
you can see all, like everything, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like you move into like anywhere out of the desert,
Yeah,
you're
that's-
gonna be wearing like a jacket or anything.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
you don't, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like dresses and stuff. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
She has some good outfits over the seasons, I think. These ones are okay though. They're not quite up to
I
the
liked them.
standards.
I liked them.
They feel really Party City. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think with her and her outfits, like there's so much emphasis on a lot of the jewelry that she has. She does a lot later with like necklaces and shoulder pads and like the
Yeah.
I'm so like when I'm thinking about her outfits, I'm picturing like the top half of them for the most part. And so I'm realizing
Mhm.
I don't remember what the like I don't know
What's
what her
happening
I-
below
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I'm like I don't know what her shoes look like, and I remember the more and more perplexing wigs, and that's pretty much it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm
That's
realizing I'm like
funny.
yeah, and I'm like she has some really good fashion choices throughout the seasons. I just truly I was like, when is the last time I thought about her wearing pants? And I was like, I don't know. I have no
Oh my
idea.
God.
Yeah. Okay.
That is the
so-
only thing I meant by that. Truly, that was not like, oh, it's a
Yeah,
secret
no,
message.
no, no, no.
It's
I
like-
know. I know what you.
Oh,
I
no,
know
no, no.
what you meant.
Yeah,
but
I didn't want Harmon like.
I
trying
don't want
to, like,
Harmer to think
Yeah,
about
like
anything.
try
at
to
all.
like unpick. It's like, what did you mean by that? And I'm like, I just mean pants. That's it. That's all I mean.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She joins a nudist colony.
Oh my
in season
god,
5.
please,
You guys, that's so funny.
I mean, given this show, that would not.
I was
really
gonna say
be that
HBO is
shocking.
just
though.
like more tits. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the Khalasar is going, and she's learning about how the Dothraki trade slaves,
Mm-hmm.
and it's horrible. And she's seeing people like, hit an enslaved person, and it's this whole thing. And she tells him to stop, and she's like, "You're gonna stop until I tell you to go." And then she goes off into the woods just on her own, just like, "I'm going for a stroll." And suddenly we hear like a horse coming, and it's stupid Viserys, and he's like, "You dare order me?" Yada yada yada. Like, read the room, read the whole like 40,000 people
the desert,
horn.
my
Like,
guy. Come on.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
like you know who I think would be perfect together? You know, oh my god. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I just had that.
are you gonna say Cersei and Viserys?
Yes. Cuz you know how Cersei was supposed to like be with Rhaegar and then she was all mad that she wasn't?
Yeah.
Cersei and Viserys like just go to his brother. You know what I mean? And like it's like a perfect fit cuz they're both like amounts of delusional that have just never been achieved before.
I think they would just destroy each
perfect.
other so fast. Like,
Yes.
they would,
Yeah.
honestly, it's a match made in heaven because they would implode within a week and a half.
Oh my god.
And then you can get on with the rest
Exactly.
of it.
It's just like,
everybody
and
else.
we're done. Bye.
Yeah. And you get to look like the
Yeah.
good guy because you were just matchmaking, but
Yeah.
you knew
Mhm.
how it
How
was
was
going to
I
end.
supposed to know? They're both
But
blonde.
Viserys
I don't
gets
know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Cersei seems to like people who look like her, so
Hey,
fellow
man.
blonde. Now, here we go.
Yeah. Okay, Viserys is put in his place really quickly because
Uh-huh.
one of her blood riders comes charging in and like wraps like his whip around
Uh-huh.
Viserys and like pulls him off like around Viserys' throat,
Uh-huh.
neck, and pulls him off his horse and is choking him. And Daenerys is like, "No, wait, don't hurt him." And then she like Jorah comes and she's like, "Wait, I don't want you to hurt him," like more in like a firm tone.
Mhm.
And they're like, "I guess." Like the translator
"Are you
and
sure?"
the blood rider give each other a look. That's
It
like,
was
"Oh, that's
that
what she
was
said."
so funny. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, okay. Sure, you're in charge." Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, someone who just could have been killed real quick, gotten a lot done, would have been great.
But the way he
I
is
mean, he
killed
doesn't
is
last
so
too
iconic,
long anyway.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as soon as Viserys is free from the whip, he's like, "Oh, Mormont, kill these people!" And they all just kind of look at Mormont, and Mormont's like,
George just ignores
let's go back
him.
to the horses."
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, Danny, what do you want to do?
Yeah. I love people getting put in their place like this.
I love the turnaround between fucking around and finding out. It's instant on this one. I'm like, ooh,
Oh my god.
no.
Yes.
We don't have time for this.
That's so funny.
So
It's so-
true.
I love a quick turnaround on that.
Oh my
It's
god.
so
Oh,
effective.
you guys, I can't wait to see Viserys going up to Khal Drogo and trying to fucking demand his fucking crown and demand his fucking kingdom and his fighters, and then have Khal Drogo just be like, "You fucking peasant."
I'll give you your golden crown.
Mhm.
Here it is.
And I just am so
Ugh.
excited to see that.
Yay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
And yeah, so they get on their horses and they leave, but to Viserys, the Blood Rider says, "No, you walk." And it's another like cherry on top of the scene.
It's great.
So no, we do see Dany later. Yeah, because
Mhm.
she's pregnant
Yep.
apparently now.
Yep.
But we now jump to the wall.
This is John in his big brooding cloak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this where he gets the letter?
No, this is where we go see Aemon.
No, this is when
he's
he goes up to see Benjen.
he's already gotten the letter.
Oh,
This
wait,
is when
yeah.
he takes the elevator up.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. We were talking about how like if you get stuck in this elevator, like you would just freeze. You wouldn't survive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the end. This is where I wrote Emily was right. John's mouth is never closed.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
So he like goes up to the wall and it's like this whole big thing, but he basically is going up to Benjen and Benjen's like, "Oh, hey, there you are. How you doing?" All that.
I'm so happy
there's
to see you.
dark things
I'm
out there.
leaving.
Yeah, exactly. Dark things out there. I'm gonna go fight them. And Jon's like, oh, I'm ready. Like, take me with you've been here a day, my dude.
Oh my god.
I get what's happening.
He hasn't
here.
even taken his vows yet.
No.
Yeah.
It's And Benjen's like, okay, you gotta earn your right to go on arranging. Go and like learn something.
Tells him,
like, go
tells,
away.
tells him to get humble really quick.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Iconic.
And this was a good moment, except they were standing way too close to the edge, and I was like, "Can you just step back one step?" Like
Everyone is
God.
so cavalier about getting close to that wall, and I'm just like, no, like
Yeah.
that edge.
Get
No,
away.
thank you.
yeah,
So true.
yeah.
Scary.
I think this is where the fact that the wall isn't real works against them, because like they're probably just standing like a foot off the ground, right? So it doesn't feel scary to them.
Yeah.
If they were actually at a height, they would have stood.
You
Yeah.
need
farther
you need
back.
the organic fear. You need to know
Yes.
that someone is a little bit
Oh
nervous.
my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that ice can crumble away at any moment. Okay, anyway.
Valid.
See-
So valid.
This is how like
Yeah.
I remember reading like the entire first book. And that was when like because eventually it's like Jon's been at the wall so long that it's just the wall. And then eventually they like leave the wall for a while too, like they just go beyond. So then we kind of stop talking about the wall. But like that entire first book of Jon chapters was always like, whoa, the wall. Because he was like going to the top of the wall for the first time, or like doing something new for the first time. And that was always my fear. I always was like, is he gonna die by falling off? Like, is that gonna happen? Like,
That's gonna be his story.
there was always a part
I
of
mean, there's
me-
that whole thing where they climb, like he climbs the wall with the free folk.
Yeah.
And like there was a bunch of herring drops there.
yeah. And it was like,
Yeah.
is he gonna die by falling off the other side of the wall? Like, yeah. Especially, yeah. Anyway, I just really don't want Jon to die. Is basically where I was going with that. Because like I basically have said to Nav a few times now that like we've had a lot of deaths now. I feel like I have the
I mean,
endurance.
we haven't had that many recently.
Shush! Don't say that. You're jinxing it. But like we've had like at this point, I feel like I got the endurance for a few more. But one that I cannot have happen is Jon. Like Jon
So
cannot die.
who
under
are you
no circum-
okay with dying? Let's get that on the book.
We've talked about this before. We cannot get into this again. But like most people, like I would hate to like
POV characters.
I would hate
Which POV character?
well, like Cersei's an easy one.
Okay.
But like, for example, like I would hate to see Brienne die. Like I would be so sad about that. But like, if it's
I would rather see Jon die than Brienne.
Uh-huh.
no, opposite. But like, if it's between Brienne and Jon, and one of them has to die, like I'm sorry, like Brienne's gotta go. So it's like one of those things where like all the characters that I really don't want to die are here, and then Jon's like a couple levels above them.
A couple levels?
Yeah.
Explain?
It just is. Jon's just great.
I don't even. Okay,
No.
I need you to write a thesis because I don't think I know your whole
Is-
supporting evidence for why Jon is so great.
Is
Jon
Book-
just is
Is
great.
Book
I don't.
Is Book John way
Book
better
Jon
than
is
show?
better.
Okay, he's better
Book
than
Jon
show
is
Jon.
better than show Jon.
Is it because he has
especially
an own
early
internal
on.
monologue?
Yeah,
That
exactly.
You get
All
his
those
side.
open mouth moments.
God, they
there's
could have
like
saved
thoughts
him.
happening.
Yeah. Oh, not just quiet brooding with his mouth open. Great.
Yes.
Not just catching
Yeah,
flies.
so
Okay.
he is better, especially in the earlier seasons. But I don't know if he's better to like over Brienne better. Like, I need you
It's
to
not about
defend that
better
thesis.
though. I don't know why. Okay. I think it's fair to call us all like nerds. Okay. I don't think you get
How
this
dare.
invested into a series without being a nerd. Okay. I don't know why all the nerds are always so oh my god, like you have to defend why this character's better. And it's like, I'm not saying that they're objectively better. I'm saying that I'm more attached to them. Like, what part of that do you not get?
No, yeah, but like,
Like-
what are you attached to?
Attachment cannot be described in great like it's like okay, like there's reasons why I like Jon, then I can
Like
give you
what?
the list, but like those
what?
okay, hold on.
Give me
Like
one.
what? Like what?
Other then he's hot in your head.
I was gonna say, because it feels like it's just boiling down to he's hot, and you haven't seen Brienne
no.
in the show
No,
yet.
no.
So I'm not hearing it.
Guys, Kate, he has daddy issues.
You think
Like,
Brienne
these are your
doesn't?
attractive qualities.
You think Brienne doesn't? Queen
Yo, who
of my
doesn't
heart,
have
Brienne
daddy?
of Tarth?
okay. Y'all
What was all of book 4
Oh
with
my-
Brienne's
Oh
chapters?
my
Okay,
god!
and
Okay.
did I?
I'm not the daughter my father wanted or the son
oh
he
my God,
deserved.
I-
Like,
no,
what is that?
I love that your first point was he has daddy issues.
Guys, that's one of the most important things to me in a character.
my god!
Here's the thing.
Is that on your dating profile, looking for daddy issues?
No.
You don't advertise that. That has to be a
You
secret
guys-
hidden. That
you
needs to be like a
guys-
secret reveal after the fact.
This is
God.
why.
I like this
The
ganging up on Harmouth.
This is delightful.
This is why. Here's the thing. That's the point of looking.
Okay,
Shush.
don't tell
No,
anything
shush.
to Emily.
This is the point of looking. This is the point of looking for things in fiction that you're not trying to find in a real life person.
Oh, Emily's gonna probably listen to this before.
I'm gonna tell her not to. I'm gonna tell her to.
Okay, yeah,
It's
do
okay,
that.
she can.
Yeah.
We can then have her reaction to this.
Oh, that's a better idea. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Kate, yeah. So, like, daddy issues, the way he is with Sam, the way he is with his friends that he meets at the wall, the way he is with
when he
Arya.
forced Sam to
um,
leave.
Shush. You're forgetting all the in-between that led to Sam's development. Like, John was such an important factor in Sam's development, and then Sam was such an important factor in John's development. And, like, John's his relation, honestly, I think usually the characters that end up being my favorites, it's not always necessarily about them, it's more usually about their relationships with other people. And then obviously them, like, they have to be interesting enough. This is also how I felt. Okay, so recently, my friend made me watch the Lord of the Rings, movie series, the extended 4-hour versions, right?
Oh yeah.
And, like, I'd never seen them.
Yeah.
And so this was, like, a first-time experience.
yeah.
And I instantly kind of latched onto Frodo. And then my friend was like, oh, Harmit, like, Frodo, like, this is a bad character to latch onto because he goes and does some things that you're not gonna like, you know?
What?
Just because, like, you know, then he's not like the protagonist who never does anything wrong, you know what I mean? And I think at the beginning I was like, oh, well, maybe he could be. Like, maybe he's just gonna be perfect, you know? Because I was being delusional.
He's not like other boys.
That's why
He's
we
not
like
other
our
hobbits.
protagonists, because they're so
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, but then I was like, okay,
I can
but
change
then-
him. I can fix him. It's okay.
Exactly. But then I just was like, as the series kept going on and he kept on making mistakes, I still kind of stuck by Frodo, even though, like, other people were also going off and I loved them, but he
Why
was
is
still my
this a
favorite.
Frodo podcast now?
No,
No,
listen.
I'm
So
here
then
for
he was
it.
he was my favorite, right? But then by the end, my friend was like, and you're still on his fucking side? And I was like, yeah. And this is how I feel having to defend John. Like, you guys, like, usually I pick my favorites early and then I'm loyal to them. Like, it's on vibes. It's on their relationships with other people. And yeah, I think the main thing is just that, like, I think that there's a lot more to his internal monologue than we're giving him credit for. And I think that a lot of people just hate him because they are him and because they ain't him. Both.
Okay, call out.
That was a call out. Anyway, I love John. And also, as Nav mentioned, he's really hot in my head, so that helps.
Oh my god. Oh,
I'm gonna...
amazing. I have no notes. I don't know.
my god.
I don't actually know how we got here. It just suddenly became, I said something about John and then we all teamed up on Harmit.
So Tyrion and Yoren are hanging out talking about the weirdest things they've ever eaten. And Benjen comes in and he's all serious and Tyrion's like, oh, do save us from the Grumpkins. And he's like, you think we're a joke to you?
And Tyrion says yes.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god.
And it's the whole, like, this episode, like, Tyrion's kind of, like, hearing everybody's perspective on whatever's going beyond the wall. He's like, I've seen things, like, we're not afraid of free folk. Like, there's other things. You don't talk to me about what's beyond the wall. You've never been beyond the wall. Like, all of those things.
Mhm.
And then Mormont and Maester Aemon sit him down later, and they're like, listen, we are desperate. You have sway.
We are
Use
not
it
fucking
to send us
around."
people. Yes.
We do not want to find out.
So that's basically what's happening here. And let's wrap up the wall stuff. The other thing that happens is Jon is less of a dick now, and he's teaching people how to fight instead of just
Mhm.
hitting them. And this is apparently the part that impresses Tyrion, I guess.
Yeah,
And then Tyrion
smiles
goes
at
and-
him.
Thumbs up.
The thumbs up, exactly.
Oh my god.
And then Tyrion goes and pisses off the wall.
Yeah.
Off the edge of the world as he wanted to, once again standing too close to them.
Way too close. Way
my God.
too
Yeah.
close. Tyrion.
And John's like, oh, I'm gonna miss you.
I started
And
to
he's
like you,
well,
Lannister.
Yeah. He's like, well, either the cold has to leave or me, and the cold doesn't seem to be going
Yeah.
anywhere, so I'm leaving. And then he's like, are you gonna like stop by Winterfell? Can you say hey to my brother Bran for me? And then, you know, it's like this whole thing like, oh, he's never gonna be able to walk again. And then Tyrion's like, yeah, well, at least he's rich, so I mean, he's not wrong. Like, it's
No.
better to
Great
be
point.
Yeah.
Great point.
Yeah.
It also is really, I just made this connection. You know how Catelyn really doesn't like Jon? And now
Yes.
Catelyn really doesn't like Tyrion, but Tyrion and Jon get along. So it's just a fun little thing.
Yeah, they cannot write a character reference for each other.
Our problematic
This
faves.
is good references.
Oh my god.
Good graces, yeah.
No.
Is that everything that happens at Wall?
Yeah,
Any thoughts
I think
or
so.
things to
Oh,
add?
Aemon's actor, I love Aemon's actor. He's
so
so
good.
Yeah.
funny.
He
love
does
him.
not look a day above 101.
No.
Really super young.
Yeah.
And it just like the way that he talks is so fun. Like he's so preachy old man, and I'm like, go off, sir.
He's just a turtle. You know? Like he just
Oh my
looks like
God.
he's a turtle that got transformed into a human.
And that's beautiful.
It's
And
great.
as
I
it-
love
as
that
he
for
should.
him. Yeah, exactly.
I do love that for him. That's
Yeah.
so fun.
Oh, the one thing I forgot to mention is that Tyrion invites Yoren to, because Yoren is also going to King's Landing to recruit more people for the Watch.
Yeah.
So Tyrion's like, tag along with me.
They're gonna do it in style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah. So Daenerys?
Yes.
We learn she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And then like one of her servant people like goes to where Jorah and one of the Blood Riders is sitting, and they're talking about like weapons and armor and boring
And
shit,
fathers
whatever,
and
who cares?
betrayal. You know.
Ew,
Yeah,
right,
boring stuff.
betrayal.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, was your father a warrior? He still is, but I betrayed him. Like,
No,
The guy
okay.
goes, man,
Uh,
that sucks.
It's
I don't know what to
funny
tell
he
you.
says I betrayed him right before he goes and betrays Daenerys
Uh,
very soon.
Okay, so we get to this thing. It's like the handmaid is asking for different food for Dany. Says she's pregnant. I said Jorah looks shook, and I said, "Yeah, you just missed your chance, buddy." But then he's like, "I have to go send an email." And then I said, "Oh right, this is spy era, Jorah. I forgot."
Oh my god.
Right,
I literally
yeah.
had the exact same train of thought. Like, I'd forgotten that he was, like, betraying her at one point, and I was like, oh, like, he's just mad that but didn't he think it was, like, inevitable? And then it was like, oh, wait, yeah,
Yeah.
spy era.
Yeah, it took too long. Where it's just like I have to go take care of something. And I was like,
I
what?
mean,
And then it's like,
he
oh
is-
right, information. I forgot.
He is Sir Friendzone for so long that like
So
I mean,
friend
listen,
zone.
he can do both. He, you know, he
Is
can take-
Jorah a
spy
sir?
and be
Is Jorah a sir?
yeah.
Tragically,
Sir
yes.
Jorah Mormont, yeah.
Slay.
They do not have a good screening program for knighthoods in
They're
Westeros.
just giving that out to anybody.
Yeah. So they're gonna like he's like, oh, we'll butcher a goat. And I'm like, if you've got goats,
Then why weren't you?
why is this conversation even happening?
Yeah.
Like, why are you going to dogs?
Yeah.
Like, not that I honestly I don't eat any kind of meat, so like a dog or a chicken, same thing to me. But
Real.
like
Oh,
the fact
that
that
is- Okay, that's hotter than Harmut's takes.
no, but I
I'm not saying eat somebody's pet dogs, but like if you're gonna, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, I
know
agree
there's-
with that though. Like when people are like we attach so much morality to eating
Yeah, like
certain
when
animals versus others, but
Yes.
it's like at the end of the day, it's all cultural. Do we get that?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it is all cultural, but at the same time, looking at whatever culture it is, that's the thing. We're, going to anywhere else right now in America is a very strange place right now. And the idea of talking about eating dog is unfortunately a thing that has.
Is it?
It's no, some idiot who got elected made some comment about people eating
Oh, of course they
pets
did.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
I live in the bad place. But
God.
well,
We all kind of live there, unfortunately.
sorry, we're your basement. Our bad. What you gonna do? Yeah, but like but I think that it does just come down to a cultural thing. It's definitely not, like, meat is meat to a lot of extents. However,
Yeah.
the idea of, like, where you find chickens now, however they are sourced versus where you would find a dog, however it is sourced, it's like, these are different situations and
Mhm.
things. And I think in this case, absolutely, like, it is what it is. It's like, meat is meat. It's whatever. I think from a
Yeah, but they're like going down this like hierarchy of meats in their
and
opinion,
it's
like whatever that is,
it's
like,
rabbits,
and then like
something
they
else,
just skip
and
the goats. That's what like got me.
Yeah.
Is like,
Yeah, the fact
why
that it's,
didn't
like-
you start with the goats?
yeah, why wouldn't you
Yeah.
start with the livestock that you have with you?
have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, according to your logic, why are the goats not already eaten? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so Jorah's like, yeah, we'll have a feast. It's great. I gotta go.
Look at my wrist.
And
I
that's-
have to leave.
That's basically
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
thing here. And does anything else happen?
Yeah, we get one
Anybody
more
have any
scene.
notes?
Yeah, we get one
Water
more scene. with-
dancing.
No,
Oh,
no.
oops.
We get one more
I
scene.
got
with-
excited.
Calm down. No, we get one more scene with the dragon eggs, and they are surrounded by candles. And then we get Khal Drogo and Daenerys in bed, and she's like, "I know the baby is a boy," and he's like, "Hell yeah,
Right.
girl." And
No, he's like, how? And then she just says, I know. And I was like, that's not an answer
and
to
he's
the
like,
how
"All
question.
yeah. He fully rolls with it. I forgot all about Jason Momoa. Bless that man.
Oh yeah, because then he dies. LOL.
Yeah.
Truly getting further in, I forget that he's in this show sometimes, and I'm just like, oh yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah, Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Bless him. And then we get the sword thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Arya walks in, and Syria Farrell is there. I'm your new
My
dancing
homie,
master.
I love him.
He
Is so precious.
I love him.
He
and
does do
wonderful
a
and
great job.
iconic, and he's so slay.
He's great.
Yeah, just like I can't word for word. Like we're not gonna talk about the whole interaction, but all of it is amazing. And
He teaches
go
her,
YouTube
and she's
it,
getting better.
just because it'll make your day.
Yeah, she's getting better. He's a great teacher, and he's like very lively and like fun, and like it's just her being really bad at it, and like you can kind of
Yeah.
see on her face, she's like, "Oh wait, I'm bad at this. What?" And then she starts
Yeah.
getting better, and it's good. It's cute.
It's so good. I do like that he starts out immediately calling her boy from the very start, and then she corrects him, and he goes, "Boy, girl, you were a sword, and that is all." And I said, honestly, gender goals.
Mhm.
Love
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What if I drop the sword?" And he's like, the sword is part of you. Can you drop a part of your arm?" Like, just,
Yes.
It's great.
I love this type of aggressive teacher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like that. This is like the good kind of aggressive teacher where you're just like you're really passionate, but it comes across as aggression, like, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like unfazed by you getting more and more annoyed, like him, like Arya, just like lunging at him, and he is just like
Yeah,
not
and her
breaking
little
a sweat.
like the like her grunts of effort
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
So cute.
It's like she's in Legend of Zelda, just
It takes
So-
her so
yeah.
much.
It's
She's
so
so
cute.
small, so it takes so much for her to do anything. And then she doesn't succeed because by then he's moved out of the way, and it's fun.
It's great. It's so
Yeah.
good.
And then like Ned comes in and he watches them from the door.
And he's so happy
like,
and proud, but
yeah.
then he imagines it as real sword fighting, and then it gets real, and he gets worried.
Yeah.
And then the trauma.
I got confused because I was like, they're fighting with wooden swords. Why does it sound metally? And then I was like, oh, symbolism.
The PTSD. Yeah.
He's worried for his kids, as he probably should be.
What? No. What do
Yeah.
you mean? What could possibly
We
happen?
couldn't have ended on an actually happy note.
No.
'cause that's not allowed.
I thought it was gonna be cute, and then it just got like more and more serious, and he gets that 1,000-yard stare, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, poor Ned.
Yeah.
So the next episode, Harmouth,
I'm scared.
it's called Cripples, Bastards, and Broken Things.
You're fucking kidding me.
Right?
What the fuck?
Lovely.
And that's...
Guess
and
who it's
that's
about?
that.
Guess who it's about?
It's
Yeah.
about Bran and Jon and probably Tyrion.
Yeah.
It's probably a them-centric episode. That's
Yeah,
wild.
I mean, this one was called Lord Snow, and we didn't see
Right, wait, I have
that
to
much
stop.
more of Jon than anybody else.
anything could happen. Yeah.
I have to stop
Yeah.
thinking that the titles are representative because they're
They're not. They really are not.
Yeah. Usually the title is like you get the one whiff of they said the thing, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, because he calls him Lord Snow to make fun of him. But does
Yeah,
he even
okay.
do that in the episode?
In this episode,
I don't even remember
think
him
so.
saying it.
It's in the first bit where Jon is showing off.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
like it's like, oh, show Lord Snow here that
okay.
what we're made of, or like I don't know.
Oh,
something,
yeah.
something,
See,
something.
they made Alistair, or I guess, well, Alistair hasn't gone off yet, but so far they made him just like a guy. Like, you know what I mean? He wasn't like
Yeah.
being as annoying as I remember him being yet.
Yeah. He's like right now he's like the mean like football coach or like PE teacher kind of, but
Yeah.
he's not like full villain.
Yeah,
He's-
he hasn't
he's-
started targeting Jon and like
Exactly.
started like yelling at all of them all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I do like when he leaves.
Yeah,
because
because right now he's pitting them against each other, but once they team up, he's gotta
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Not looking forward to that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good episode. I like season 1. Season 1 is it's an underrated season.
It brought back so many like, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, I forgot about this. Like
Yeah,
even just like the filming locations and the scenery and like
Mhm.
these super
Yeah.
iconic bits of imagery, like the elevator going up the wall
Mhm.
and like the parts of King's Landing and the throne room and everything. Like there are just so many little details that I have not thought about in so long. And that is one of the things that like not a spoiler at all, we just like for House of the Dragon, we spent so long in like cities and stuff. There's like we just now got a few episodes where they're like out in the world and seeing like the fields and like the rolling hills, and I'm just like, I forgot how much I miss these landscapes and stuff, and like actual like, hey, we're out in Scotland somewhere, and I'm just like, oh, really? Not just in like a weird building, like it's just like being. I don't know, like the scenery is just like so different, and it's like I don't know, it's like it's this nice little nostalgia for what season 1 was before we nearly killed all your faves.
Did you enjoy the experience of going back so far?
Yeah, it was fun. It was interesting to see what I still remembered like pretty easily. Like I was worried that there were going to be things where I was like, what the fuck happens with this? And it was a lot of like all of these memories were kind of being triggered. It was like, oh, right, this happens. Oh, right, this guy. Oh, right, this. So it was good. It wasn't as like disorienting, I guess, as I worried it might have been.
That's cute.
I'm glad. Thank you so much for coming and adding a liveliness to this episode.
No, thank you for inviting me on. This was so exciting. I'm so
and thank you for ganging up on Harmouth with me. That was amazing.
oh, anytime, please.
Oh my god.
Please, I'm here for it.
Oh my god.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh my god. I was just thinking about I would not to go back to Jon, but
Oh my god, Harmit!
No, I was just thinking, because I was like, oh, I haven't fangirled over John in a while, and then I was like, because he hasn't been in the whole fucking last book, Harmit. So I was just actively having that thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Kate do you know this, Kate, that the last 2 books are split in POVs? Half of them are in book 4 and half of them are in book 5.
Wait. No,
Yes.
hang on. Wait. So book 4 and 5 are like happening at the same time?
Yeah.
Fuck off. Why?
Agreed.
Why?
Agreed.
'Cause.
I don't like that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But I still love book 4.
Okay.
I think like it has a lot of cohesive themes, and we get a bunch of new POVs, like Cersei, which is one of my favorite POVs.
Nice.
She just is so entertaining.
Yeah.
And Brienne, that's a new POV.
Oh, that's really cool.
And we learn about interesting things happening in Dorne, which Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
there's so many people that I just want to meet. I just want like a little preview.
of what?
Like just like who what they look like. You know what I mean?
No, you'll get there when you get there.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I want all shows should do this, where it's just like a little, like, you have trailers, but it's not a trailer because, trailers give everything away, but it's just like a little slideshow of like who plays what, and maybe like 3 seconds of them delivering.
So like the
a line.
IMDb.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's IMDb.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to look there.
No, you're not.
So I need a spoiler-friendly IMDb.
God.
Yeah.
No,
someone
you'll
make
just
this.
discover
So-
it as it happens.
Yeah, so what you need is a friend to Google things for you.
Basically.
Which is what I did for Emily a lot of the time.
I can do it for Harmut, but I refuse to because I don't want her to know anything.
I can and I won't.
Exactly.
And that's what friends are for.
Yes. I live
What if I
off
started
of
messaging
her
her like contraband? I was like, guess who plays this person?
Oh my god.
I wouldn't, I promise.
I know you wouldn't. I know you're a better person than that.
I know.
Oh my god.
I respect spoiler free. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like I want to see her face when like so and so shows up as like
Yeah.
so and yada yada yada. Like
Ugh. But the mystery is so great.
Killing me.
Oh gosh. So you guys have been watching these together.
Yes.
Yes.
We like hang
because
out.
it's only
and
like
watch 'em.
we only watch them so rarely.
Yeah. No,
that it works out.
honestly, I love that idea. Like there have
Mm-hmm.
been enough times where Emily and we will text each other like
Oh,
during it, like
yes.
especially like sometimes I will like take a picture of my TV screen and I will send it to her, like especially if I know that she's watched the episode already.
Yeah.
I'll send it, but it's like we haven't had that like experience of like a live reaction to something. But it's because
God.
Have you?
But
you
it's
should
because-
do it for the last episode of House of the Dragon.
we already watched that and recorded it. I know.
Oh, the last one
Yeah,
already.
we're-
Oh.
I know, we're caught up. It's crazy. But the good news is we have, season 3 next year. So we don't know how we're going to do that. Like it's like trying to figure
So the verdict. Okay, this is spoilers for me because I only the second to last
Yeah.
episode came out so far.
we're
You're gonna do this?
obviously no spoilers, but like thinking about logistically if we were to do anything with season 3, the idea
Well,
of like would like the way that we've been doing it now, it's like we wait until everything's out and like
Mhm.
we're doing episodes every 2 weeks and we're taking
Yeah.
a lot of notes, so it's like, and most people, if stuff comes out, they're just watching it as it comes out, maybe like a YouTube reaction or something. So we're trying to figure
Yeah.
out if it makes more sense to just like do shorter live reactions if we did, and also like
Yes.
even if we decide right now, oh yeah, we're gonna do season 3, in a year we might not give a shit.
that's true.
We might be
Well,
busy
I
and
don't
booked
really
and,
know if like
the
season 3 is like it's kind of off my radar. What I really want you
Yeah.
to do is A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
when is that supposed to come out?
It's coming out this year. That's all they have said.
Okay.
This year.
I didn't realize that.
They have not set a date yet. And
But it's coming out this year?
It's April.
And they
What
haven't
do
set
you
a date
mean?
yet.
Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, I know I'm setting myself up for disaster, okay? So when House of the Dragon came out, I had 0 expectations. I had lower than 0 expectations. So, like, I liked it. And it's a good show. Like, it's worth liking, but it was a very low bar to cross.
Yeah.
But with the Dunk and Egg series, my bar is already high.
Oh, no.
And now I'm like, oh, we're gonna, like, lower it because I don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But also, they're, like, taking a short story and turning it into 6 episodes, which is, like, adding, not subtracting, which is, like, where they go wrong most of the time.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, like,
So
and
hopefully
I
the
just-
chances
I don't
are
know.
like, in your
And I just love
favor.
those stories so much.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
such a tough place to be, like, when you actually, like,
care.
yeah, when you care, and it's like, I want you to do a good job. And, like, the idea of, like,
Yeah.
House of the Dragon, it's like you're adapting, like, a history. It's like, okay, yeah, obviously it's gonna be a fully different presentation than the book is,
Mhm.
because it's a different style of narrative. But, like, adapting
Yeah.
this is just, you're right, it does kind of feel like a weird gamble. And also the way HBO does all their shit now, it's just like, how do
Yeah.
we make this more? How do we make more money off of this? And I'm like, don't think like that.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Well, and then for some reason
Why?
the answer they come up with is fewer episodes,
Yeah.
not more, right? Well, like, what's with cutting 2 episodes out of
I
a whole
know.
season? Like, that's
Oh.
a fifth of the season.
I have so many thoughts and feelings.
Yeah,
about
I know.
HBO.
I'll listen to them in a couple weeks.
That's fine. It's okay. Yeah, it was fun though. We probably recorded for, I think it was like 3.5 or 4 hours. It was very long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was gonna be,
Classic.
I knew it was gonna be thick. It was just like, let's go.
I'm looking forward to it. I like here's the thing. That's the thing. Okay, wait, I forgot to mention this.
Yeah.
The reason I want you to cover it is then I have like a mitigating factor. Even if it's horrible, I get to listen to your coverage of it, and that
Oh.
makes up for the fact that it's horrible. You know,
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
right?
Yeah.
Because like it can be terrible. Like when Game of Thrones was terrible, I was still watching content on the content because I just. You know, that's what's enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
I liked listening to people hating on the things I hated as well. So
And commiserating on why. It's like, so it's like, you didn't like this aspect of, here's what I didn't like. And kind of getting to
Exactly.
split like that. Yeah.
Oh my god. And then you get even more mad about it because now you found
Exactly.
new reasons.
Exactly. You're like, yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
is-
you
I
found
do
your
hate
people.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god. That's so real.
There's like a community in hate as well.
God,
Like,
Oh,
my God,
absolutely.
there is. Yeah, you're not wrong.
so that's the other reason why I want you to do it, so that if it ends up being bad, I have like, you know, a reason. Like there's still good about it.
We get to
The good
we get
is
to
that you're
start that
talking
first
about it.
episode, season 3, episode 1, and go, oh boy, strap in, you guys.
Oh my god.
We have thoughts.
Yeah.
It would 100% start
anyway.
like that. No, that's a very good point, honestly. Even if we're sick to death of it, we're just like, all right, what now? What is this?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Did we do the thing, Kate?
We sure did. We did the dang thing.
See, like I'm picking up on your vernacular now.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
I'm listening to you all the time.
Yeah. So how
I think Emily says that every time.
Yeah.
She's like, "Did we do it?"
Yeah, she-
That's so cute. Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm so looking forward to watching the next one with her and getting her
Oh my
reactions
God.
to the episode, but
Yeah.
more to Harmon's thoughts on the episode
God.
because I know they're gonna be
Oh,
very
100%.
different.
Oh, I'm
Harmon,
scared.
Harmon, you get to listen to 2 more episodes of our podcast now if you want.
I'm not.
That's
I'm,
true.
no, I'm not allowed
Wait, oh
to
no,
though.
it's
No?
because Emily knew things that Harmon doesn't know.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see.
I'm
Mhm.
literally
That's
not
why.
allowed to. I'm forbidden.
No, like Harmut knows, like you know how Emily knew who made it to the last season.
Oh,
Harmut has
you're
no
right.
idea.
That's true. That's a very
Yeah.
good point. Shucks.
Yeah,
I
She-
know nothing.
She knew nothing, and yet she still knew too much. That's so funny.
exactly. So I think maybe once we finish reading the books, it'll be
Mm.
like I'll be less of a
Stickler about it.
you
Yeah.
know annoying exactly.
Yeah.
But I just want to get to the end of this like 5th book that we are now gonna be
No, that makes sense.
starting soon.
So,
Oh my
okay,
God.
so 5th book, is that all that's out?
Yep.
Y'all are
So-
almost there. You're almost there.
Yeah.
Look at
That's
that.
Kind of.
terrifying. Like
That's
80%
so
there.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is exciting. But it's so sad because like my whole hope was like, oh, I'll just like do this podcast to fill the void of
And by the
6th
time
book
we
and
catch up, it'll
exactly.
yep.
And nope, just
Oh my
nope.
God.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. At least I'll have the show. That'll occupy some
That's
time.
true. Yeah.
But
you
then,
still got-
like-
you still got content.
Yeah. And then like House of the Dragon. And like all the
I mean,
things.
as long as HBO keeps milking it, we'll have content if we want to.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
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 Oh my
Oh.
God. It's so weird though, because it's like it's like when it's like I can never just like usually when you're reading or watching a series, you can casually bring it up and be like, hey, this is a thing I'm watching, because then like when you come back to that person within a couple of weeks, you'll have finished it. But with
Yeah.
this isn't
Mhm.
really a thing I can bring up without the context of the podcast, because it's like if I bring it up with anybody, it's very much like, hey, every time we talk about this from now on, you can only respond to what I've said. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's a very incomplete
yeah.
way to have conversations with people, because like I literally went on a date the other day, and it was like the podcast got brought up because it was like a thing that I mentioned in my profile, like, oh, I have a podcast about fantasy, whatever. So it comes
Yeah.
up. I'm thinking about taking it out because guys always ask me for the link. And so I don't, so I'm starting to think about taking it out.
No,
so
you
that they
say
stop
that's
doing that.
like a 15th date thing. You don't get it.
Exactly.
You
I'm
gotta,
like,
you gotta
I'm
earn
not-
the link.
I'm like, you don't need to hear
Tell
all
them they
of
have
that.
to subscribe to a Patreon.
Yeah,
Like,
tell them they don't need to
tell
hear.
them there's
They
a
have
pay-
to compare to Kit Harington to be of any worth to you.
Tell them there's a
Oh my
paywall.
God. Oh my God, that's
There's a
so funny.
paywall. You have to give me $20 and then you
That's
can
so
listen to my.
funny.
Then I'll
That's
send you the
smart,
link.
actually.
Oh my God, that's so
Say
funny.
there's a paywall.
Yeah,
send
make
them
some
your
money
Venmo.
off
Yeah.
of this.
Oh my God. See, I usually just tell them about it and then ignore the part where they ask for like the link or the name. Like
You go,
they'll be
huh?
like, "What's the name of the podcast?" And I'll be like, "Oh, it's a podcast about Game of Thrones book series." Like I fully just ignore it and steamroll, because to me I'm like, any reasonable person will understand why I did that. Like, to me, I'm just like, if you don't get why I did that, we're probably not going to work out.
No, here's the
is
thing.
kind of my rationale.
No man who has ever had a podcast has ever thought like that.
That's true.
Yeah, in 2020, when every man started a podcast,
Oh my
just
God.
saying, yeah, they would have
Yeah.
led with that. They would have led with that, and then the
Yeah.
next time you talk to them, it would have been like, "Oh, did you listen to any episodes? So,
Yeah.
like, what
Did
Did
you
you hear
listen
the
to all
most
of them
recent
yet?
one I did?
Did-
It wouldn't even be, did you listen?
Did you
It
have
would
any
be,
notes?
Did you have any? They wouldn't ask for feedback.
They don't want any notes.
Yeah, they don't need.
Did you?
They wouldn't want
Like,
feedback.
could you like leave a review? Actually, like that would be like
Yeah.
really helpful. I know
Yeah.
I know it said that you listened to like 10 minutes of that first one, but if you could just leave a review for the series, that would like really help my numbers.
That would actually boost my numbers by 100%. That's the thing.
That would bring me to one review actually, and that would be huge for me, honestly.
That's
I
so
really
funny.
emotionally need this. I don't know
Oh
if
my
you noticed,
God.
I do have daddy issues. You did put that in your profile, so I didn't think that was a deal breaker. I figured we should be fine.
I thought no, and then Harmouth is like, actually, that's the deal maker in this situation.
Oh my God.
It's a
This
match
is
made in
like-
podcast heaven.
Oh my God. That's so rom-com coded. Can you imagine? I don't think I could date I think in like the real world, I don't think I could date a man with a podcast because of the implications. But if we're thinking
No,
about fictional
you need to put
worlds-
that in your dating profile. I can't date a man with a podcast because of the implications. Put that word
Yes.
for word in a dating profile, please.
I absolutely should.
I second
God,
that.
that's so. It. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Oh.
It's so good and it's so funny. And honestly, any guy who reads that and goes, "Yeah, true, vibes."
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
green flag, babe. There
Absolutely.
You go. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I
So
cannot
sorry.
yeah, I can't do that But then, can you imagine in like a fictionalized version of reality where it was like a man with a podcast, but it was like, imagine he has a podcast about like fantasy too or something. You know what I mean? This is a fictional world because this would never happen in real life. But then I meet this man and then we get together.
Can I tell you, this is a modern AU Jamie and Brienne. They have conflicting podcasts.
That's so funny.
Yes.
One's got it's like how all the 2000s rom-coms were about like great girl can fix shitty guy. It's like that, but in the podcast world, that's how they've made it like that's how they've made it 2025 coded by making a podcast instead of just general shittiness.
Yeah. He just has one of those podcasts where it's like him and his friend and it's him and Bronn and they just talk about whatever.
Right.
It's just nothing, and Brienne is like, you guys have no structure, and you absolutely need help, and also your recording quality is shit. And he's like, well, okay, fine, you do something about it. And then it's like, oh my god, enemies to lovers, what?
Oh
that's
my
it.
gosh.
Yeah.
In the podcast world, that's so funny.
There you go.
There is this podcast that I listen to that's very like, they basically tell like bedtime stories, but it's like bedtime rom-com stories. And you know what's so smart about that is targeting bedtime stuff makes me listen to it 5 times accidentally because I fell asleep listening to it the first 4 times. So it's actually great for their downloads and their views. Yes. And we should take that. That's our next podcast idea. Is sleep content.
Not at those volume levels though. I think I might have blown out on your eardrum.
Oh my god. Okay.
You just got like into your mic and also louder.
You mean the volume spikes aren't soothing? You mean you don't want to go take another nap? You're not ready to just curl back up again? What do you mean?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Thank God for sound normalizing. I don't know how much it actually does, but like,
hey,
hopefully
it works.
enough.
It works. It's okay. God. Yeah.
I don't
remember where I was going with that.
I don't remember how y'all end your podcast. I'm so sorry.
No, because I was trying, but then we got it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The whole thing.
We got so distracted.
Thank you, Harmith, for your
thoughts.
Dating implications.
I'll probably cut a bit of that out.
I was writing down your quote.
What was the quote? I can't. Oh yeah. I can't date a man
who is a podcast because of the implications.
Oh god, that is kind of. I did accidentally provide a banger. Like I will say.
What implications?
Today? I need to date this.
Today is the 7th. Yeah. What implications?
Right.
If I have to tell you, you don't need to know.
You don't know.
Yeah, that's
you don't. Yeah, you don't fit the bill.
It's none of your business.
My new favorite thing to say is that's none of your business, or if it's a thing that I'm avoiding, that's none of my business.
I'm gonna start saying that at work.
Do you mean the opposite?
I need to do that.
Sorry?
Okay, it doesn't matter.
No. If it's something that I'm avoiding about my own life, I'm saying like, like if it's like a load of laundry I don't want to do, that's none of my business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But then, yeah, that's sort of
Got it. Thank you for the explanation. Okay, Kate.
Yes.
Tell us what you do in this world.
Wow. Well, my best first of all. Constantly. I am on Game of Groans, which is my sister's podcast where she watched all of Game of Thrones for the first time. She and I just finished watching House of the Dragon. We just finished season 2. So that episode should be coming out in a couple weeks. But other than that, we're gonna take a nap because we're tired. We're gonna figure out what we do after that. But we're on Game of Groans on
all the social media.
On all the Game of Groans pod on socials. Game of Groans, it's on all the podcatchers. It's on Spotify and whatever. But yeah, it's a good time. My sister is hilarious and so smart and funny, and she's a delight. And I'm glad that she let me be her freeloading co-host. It's really fun. But yeah, if you want to follow me for any of my thoughts and feelings in Game of Thrones screaming, I'm on also all of the socials at Ophelia Swims. Ophelia like from Hamlet, 5WIMS.
Yay! And if you haven't already heard me talk about Game of Thrones, like, go listen to Game of Thrones. It's great. It's amazing. Much better than whatever we have going on over here, but still.
You guys are delightful. This is so much fun.
Well, it's fun because you're here. No, I'm not kidding. I am kidding. We're good. You're great. We're all great.
Self-talk.
What was go convince them to watch A Night of the Seven Kingdoms for the sake of my
happiness?
Noted.
For the sake of my mitigating my disappointment levels, you know? That.
Got it. I will put it,
Yeah.
I'll put in a good word.
Yes, thank you. No, and also listeners, go tell them that so that they do it, okay? And you all know what we do. You can send us an email. Our email is popculturesymposium@gmail.com. We love getting emails. We love reading them. And you can follow us on Instagram @popculturesymposium. And join the Discord. There lots of stuff happens there. That's everything I have. Do you have anything to add, Harmith? Anything to add, Kate?
No, this was so fun.
Okay, thank you so much for being here. This was delightful. Until next time, farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.
Bye.